TRPE. The realest podcast ever, realest podcast ever. Two brothers bringing thinking on a second level. Music, sports, fashion, politics, and the streets. The best 2 hours out of every week. YDN, dinosaurs, and YBODs. Real talk every time, this is what you need. We just out here popping shit. It's your boy C. Diddy and Matt makes me sick. TRPE, TRPE, go. TRPE, TRPE, go. They know. The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever.
Jim, for me.
Yo. All right, now I can hear.
Couldn't hear shit.
Now we're good.
All right, let me hurry up and discard my cupcakes before I get some hate mail talking about they can hear me eating on air. What up, what up?
That doesn't bother me much.
I just, you know what I do? I hit the decline button.
Yeah.
Just because you walk away from the mic doesn't mean we can't hear you eating. Decline. Some dumb bitch would like to send you a direct message.
Yeah.
Decline. No thank you, some dumb bitch.
I got so many of them Jones.
Enjoy your day.
Yeah.
Or don't.
I hate people, like, fully. My hatred for people, I'm Matt, by the way. My hatred for the human race, it's at the point where it's like, it has nothing to do with, like, your racial ambiguity, and what's the word? Where you want to be certain races?
Ethnicity.
No, like
racial ambiguity.
Ambiguity. There you go. It's like I really don't care what you want to be, what you consider yourself.
Yeah, you being human.
If you are a mammal, I probably cannot.
It's over for you. Like, I really can't fuck with you.
Like, if you breathe in air and drink water, I'm looking at you like.
Probably can't fuck with you.
Probably can't.
I can't fuck with you, cuz.
I had so many instances this week where it was just like, I'm gonna start clapping people. Like, you ever had them joints?
I'm gonna go get the clappers.
I'm gonna go get the fucking clappers. Everywhere I was at, it didn't matter. Like the drugstore, at work, every little fucking place I was at. Today in the leasing office, I'm like, what? I'm sweating. Do you understand how hard I'm in here yelling over me getting into the gym at my building
where I pay
to be at? They're giving me hassle over this.
About getting access.
Yes.
Classy.
Oh, we gave you key cards. That was 2 years ago.
Give them again.
And mind you, I go pull out the manila envelope with all that. This is my thing. Everything's in here. The fucking receipt from me paying the down payment is in here. Our lease is in here. Everything is in here.
The key cards ain't in here.
Key cards ain't. She goes, pulls the lease out. But right here, you initialed that you got the key cards. I initialed every sheet on that paper. It's 107 of them. I wasn't even looking at that shit.
Like, let me ask you a question. Let's take
one of them pages could dead ass say Hitler wasn't a bad person, and I initialed it. What the fuck?
This be my thing with people, and this is why I can't fuck with people. Is like, yo, especially in work settings, like, take your work sense and what they teach you and train you on out of it.
Right.
Let's look at this shit like two regular fucking human beings, like, talking about something, and take your job out of it. Does this make fucking sense? And if the answer is no, then give me what the fuck I asked for so I can get out of your face.
Right.
Because I don't want to do this.
I didn't want to come in here.
I had anxiety about coming in here, and now you've confirmed my anxiety and heightened it by being a dickhead.
And she's like, oh, well, you know, we can replace them if they were lost or stolen. I'm like, they weren't lost. They weren't stolen.
I never got them.
I never got the shits. She's like, yeah, well, they're $50 a piece. I'm like, I'm not giving y'all $100 to go into a room. I'm going to just break in.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hang out outside the gym and wait till somebody comes out.
It's a bull. It's like, because the bull's at the desk. And this is the crazy part. It's not a key card. I told Taylor, it's not a magnetic card. It's not even like it's nothing you have to put in to open, or you go to a regular gym, you scan.
Yeah.
It's a fucking piece of paper with your apartment number written on it that you just show the fucking desk dude, and he lets you into the fucking gym. It's like, I'm gonna wait till Ernie fall the fuck asleep, and I'm going in the gym whenever the fuck I feel like it now.
What type of Rudy Poo operation is this?
Some Scooby-Doo shit. And I'm like, my girl, like, it's not even a card that would have to get, like, literally she can go on her fucking desk and pull out a piece of paper, and it's literally some shit you just show the guard and go ahead. It's just like, why are we doing this? So I literally left. I took all the free waters that they had on the table.
Yeah.
I took their Poland Springs. There's like 7 of them. I just took them to take them and put them in my truck. Like, I'm not even going to
I'm
drink.
taking these.
Just on the strip.
Fuck y'all. I'm taking these.
But that's really my week, where it's just shit that don't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah.
It's been people trying to make it make sense. And I'm just like, I tell you, the nigga the bus the other day almost had to rumble.
No.
Oh my God. All right, so stupid nigga gets on the bus. Of course he's black. Gets on at 20th, something in Arch, 20th, 19th, one of them in Arch. I was on 48. He gets on, he puts like 30 cents in the joint and just keeps walking. So naturally, I'm like, yo,
Chief.
I'm like, yo, cuz.
Conference time.
I do this. I'm like, yo, cuz, come here. He come up. I'm like, what was that? I'm like, I don't care, but just say something. Like, don't make, because you walk on and do that. I don't know if it's somebody on here, you know, like they do stupid shit like that. Now you put me in a position where I got to say something.
Right.
He like, what's the issue? I'm like, in it, go, whatever, just go ahead. I hit the 6, keep it moving. I don't care. I'm driving. We get up to 29th and Girard. He comes up. People getting off, people getting on. As I'm closing the door, he comes up. So I'm like, oh, you want to come off? He like, no. I'm going down to Master.
Why are you here?
So I unbuckle my seatbelt. Exactly, because it's like,
nigga, why are you here?
Why are you up here then? You know what I'm saying? So I take my seatbelt off. He like, yo, what's your name, cuz? I'm like, Will, because I never tell him about him. I'm like, Will. He's like, hey, Will, check this out. If you ever need me, don't flag me like with this John. Like that don't fly with me. I literally jammed on the brakes and just sat in the middle of the block and just was staring at him. He like, what's up? I'm like, I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm about to fly off the fucking handle or just let it slide. You understand where I'm at? And he like, oh no, it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to make it no situation. Like, I'm letting you know, like, when motherfuckers flag me down like that shit, I don't really like that. And I'm like, first off, I'm never gonna fucking need you. Right. Let's get that straight from the
I didn't need you this time.
I didn't need you when I flagged you.
If you would have put the fucking required amount.
Yo, the nigga said if I ever need him, don't. I'm looking at him like,
I never want to see you again.
I'm looking at him like, what, yo? And he like, no, it ain't no shit.
It ain't no funk.
He on that to like, it ain't nothing, but we gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know, as a black man, I'm a black man, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, that's exactly what it was. Just,
that was the extent.
It was just awkward silence for like a good 30 seconds.
Yeah.
To where the people like, what's going on? And I'm just like,
I'll let you know in about 15 more seconds.
yeah, I really have no answers for this. And he was like, matter of fact, yo, you can let me off right here. I just opened the door.
That's best for both of us.
And I just opened the middle of the block. And like, I opened the door, he got on, and I'm just like, I'm gonna put a knife between somebody third and fourth rib on some Equalizer 2 shit one of these fucking days. I'm like, yo, y'all really be out here playing silly ass
games, man.
And it's like, it's irritating because it be black folk, and I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to do. I'm not one of them. I really don't want to go through any stupid shit on the account of this job when they don't even know me as Matt.
Right.
I'm 15636. If I died, they're gonna put 15638 out there. I'm not here for this. But the fact that I watch black people come outside, and this is, I guess I could just go into my y'all weird from the rip. Why do black folks in particular come outside with so much energy for negative, stupid shit?
We talked about that before on here, baby.
My homegirl drives a 33. I'm coming down Market Street the other day. I see a chick with a stroller in front of the bus, blocking the bus from moving with the stroller. Right? With the stroller.
You might hit me. You ain't gonna hit this stroller.
And she's taking pictures or video of the front of the bus. I'm just looking like, the fuck Benita got going. I'll holler at her later. So get up to the depot. I see her up there with the cops and shit. So I'm like, oh, that must have been like an actual
like a thing
joint. She said she was at Penn's Landing on the layover, like on the break, before she left to come up Market. She was coming up Market when I saw her, like 8th and Market. She said the girl came walking up with the stroller and was like, do you got a problem with me? And she's like, I don't know you. She's like, every time I see you, you're always staring at me. And she like,
never seen you a day in my life.
If that's the, I don't know, but maybe I just was looking past you. I don't know, but I don't know you. So and she's like, oh, okay, because I thought it was a problem. So she walked off. Mind you, you're with a baby. She kept walking and got on the 17. So I don't know what happened with her and the 17 driver, but he had enough of her shit and put her off at 8th Street. So then she came
We
up.
meet again.
So she came up market and she wanted to get on the John, but they're doing construction for the gallery.
Yeah.
So the whole corner is shut down, and that's their big. You cannot drop people off or pick people up in construction because if they fall, it's a lawsuit. Why the fuck are you?
Yeah,
why are they
lawsuit.
there? So you got to pick them up in the middle of the block now. She's standing on the corner in the construction. So she was like, that's where you saw me. And she was there blocking the bus, not letting me go because I wouldn't let her on the bus. Mind you, this bitch just walked up to me like, yo, you got a problem with me out of the fucking blue at Miss Linda. And I'm just like, yo, niggas really be on bullshit.
Niggas be on Gladiator Tom at all times. Like, and the sad part is, just like you just outlined, it don't even necessarily be the guys more than the girls. It's like equal. Yeah. It's like equal niggatry, and y'all just running around here looking for nonsense. Like
absolute bullshit. I said yesterday, I'm like, where are y'all getting these videos of these large women? Most of them built like me, outside acting like apes, and
beating
find out
the shit out of each other.
It's a page where all Bull does is post. Yeah, it is, because somebody at me with the page on Twitter. I send it to you. All his fucking images is just bitches rumbling all over the city.
Yo, I seen some shit like probably like 2 months ago, right? I went on this girl page. I was on Vanity page, and I'll go on this girl page. She had 4 images up on her page. 3 of them was her rumbling. And the 4th one was like her at a cookout or something.
Yo, my man the other day, shout out Kev. He from Cali. But Kev the other day on Twitter was like, yo, I came to Philly 3 different times, and honestly, I don't think I'm coming back. He's like, I'm from Oakland, but Philly just too much for me. He's
a
like,
different level.
He's like, Philly the only city on earth where you take a chick on a date and like y'all getting to know each other, and she'll tell you, I got them hands. And you like, what the fuck does that mean? You telling her about your business ventures and what you got. She like, oh no, I got them hands. Them bitches don't want it with me. You like, yeah, check please.
Man.
I'm like, yo, like this city is funny as shit.
Fucking nightmare, man.
An absolute nightmare.
It's an abomination.
Dog.
I'm like, man, I had a tweet the other day. I said, yo, man, like, it's too much dope shit going on all over the world to be in Philly getting shot at by a nigga who surviving off sardines and Ritz crackers.
Yeah.
It's like the minute I get off the plane, it's like depression.
Dog, I pulled up to 29th and Susquehanna the other day. 4 niggas waiting for the bus. 4 past they prime niggas. They all like 40 something. First nigga come on, what's going on, young boy? I only got $1. I'm going to Allegheny. I'm like, whatever. He put it in. Next nigga come up, hey, you think you give me a ride up to Lehigh real quick? I'm just gonna pick my medicine now. I'm like, whatever. I hit the 6. Next boy come up, he like, I got a little bit of change. That's cool, young boy. He put like 60 cents. I'm like, whatever, that's cool. I hit the number 6. The next nigga came up, he had on a Dorsey Levens jersey. I'm like, I know you ain't got it.
You know where this is going.
Like, I'm just going up Allegheny. I'm like, yeah, you good. And I'm sitting back, light red down. I'm just looking, I'm like, 4 grown ass men.
Ain't nobody got their shit together.
And all of them got a different, I'm going, Ray, come on, young boy. And
Work with me real fast, youngin'.
It's sad as shit. It's
down on my luck right now. Checks don't come out to the first.
It's sad because the women, it's crazy for as barbaric as some of them are, most of them got it together in some sense. You know what I'm saying?
No, not really.
Yeah, not really, but in a sense. Like, think about how many women you know who really are working towards something.
But they not on the internet rumbling either.
That's what I'm saying.
All the bitches that's scamming and boosting and whatever, sucking dick for $40, whatever it is that y'all out there doing. Like, I'm gonna just group all of y'all in the same group.
My girl's homie was like, I love y'all podcast. She was like, why the hell is Chad always talking about sucking dick? I'm like, you gotta understand his life to understand the man.
It's going down out here.
Like, yo, Chad can't go 20 minutes. I'll talk about somebody sucking dick. I'm like, hey man, that's the nigga life.
I'm out here in the underworld with the scourge. You know what I'm saying? I know what's going on out here. But it's like, yo, it's the same profile of women that are on the internet beating the dog shit out of one another.
Yeah.
I don't know none of the RNs from Mainline that's online beating the shit out, and the LPNs from Chester County Hospital beating the shit out of each other online.
Yeah, that's true. It's just it's sad though, man, going through these hoods though and really seeing to where it's just like, y'all don't want nothing.
You know what's so crazy about Philly? is that
having it and wanting it, or even a desire for it. I didn't mean to cut you off too.
Yeah.
I'll let you get, but just there's something that's like how you said, I'm too good of a nigga to be here.
Yeah.
Doing these type things, and then even on some trying to floss, or trying to
because the point I was trying to make is that the people that got sense and the people that don't got no sense whatsoever, if you stay in this city long enough, y'all gotta interact.
Y'all connect.
Y'all are bound to connect at some point, and it may be more regularly than you think.
Yeah.
I've been in places where I see the same rusty nigga over, and I'm just like, how does this keep happening?
Yeah. Dog.
It's like no matter your profile, if you are black in the city of Philadelphia and you like want to go anywhere, interact with anybody, you on social media, you're going to bump into these same type of folks.
My thing is, if you just open your front door, you liable to run into somebody who's dumb as shit. And it's even with me going to my gig. Like I was telling my lady the other day, I'm like, yo, I go to work and I talk to some of these people, and it's like, you know, I have conversations with you. I have conversations with Jules. I have conversations with Rod. Like us four, I talk to y'all every day.
And now I'm starting to talk to Jules every day.
Yeah, real, like I talk to Carl pretty much every day. I talk to Love pretty much. Like I talk to y'all like a lot. But then I go out and it's like, this is how I know I'm really not supposed to be here. Because I go to, like, perfect example. We at my gig the other day. We motherfuckers sitting at the table, we was playing cards, whatever, and they just was talking about like going over into supervision or doing something else. I'm just like, I'm trying to get away, period. And they're like, yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to get on this Department of Defense contract thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if all goes right, like next year, like I'm trying to go to Qatar. Nigga was like, where is that? And I'm just like, I'm turning down that overtime for tomorrow. I'm just staying home so I don't have to be around y'all. It's just like, Jesus, like you 40 with 2 grown kids and you really don't know about the Emirates. Like
you have no motherfuckers don't be having no perspective and no worldview. They just know what's in front of them. You got motherfuckers that's 50 that live in South Philly that never been to Mount Airy.
I tell you a story. Motherfucker at my gig, he was giving me a ride down to I left my truck and went to go get my girl's car out of the employee lot at the airport. Like I got the spare key, you know, I got it now. Like I always got a spare key. So I had to go get her car, and then I was going to pick her up later that night because it was going to be pouring down rain, and so she ain't had to take the bus or whatever. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, give me a ride down to the employee lot. He was like, yeah, fuck it. I feel he got a truck. I'm like, I fill your tank up, like just on some GP shit. He was like, all right, cool. How we get down there? And I'm like, it's the airport. And he was like, yeah, it takes 76, right? And I'm like, precisely.
Or 95.
So we riding down 76, and he was like, damn, man, it's crazy. Like, I don't ever get a chance to come down here. And I'm like, why? He like, what you mean? I'm from North. And I'm like, but they don't have a travel ban on North Philadelphians. I'm like,
if you want to leave the city, you got to come down this way.
I'm like, what are you talking about? So we ride down 76, and he was like, I take the exit that say airport, right? I'm like, affirmative. Like, what the fuck is happening right now? And it's like, yo, he really didn't know how to get the fuck down to the
didn't have a clue.
And it's just like, that shit is crazy to me, because it's like, Philly not that. It ain't like we live in New York. Like where it's like, yo, like you could be in Harlem, you could be in Brooklyn, you could be in like Long Island, you could be in like Lower Manhattan. Like it's really like different cities within New York.
You have Philadelphia, the immediate shit of what you can, get to all within 15 minutes. And then there's like the greater Northeast, and that shit don't even count.
But even the greater Northeast you can get to in a dub, if the boulevard, right? So it's like shit, like when somebody say, like us with the podcast studio, you'll tell them where it's at, God damn, all the way out there, and it's like, man, get your ass on the boulevard and hurry up. Like,
as soon as you tell them, no, it's behind the Radisson. Oh no, I've been to that joint before. You'll go trick a bitch up there, but you won't come to the fucking podcast.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just
you'll go get that $40 room rate though.
Yeah, man,
son of a bitch.
But yeah, really, it's dealing with some of the minds and some of that like the beliefs and the attitudes. And
I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I've thrown my hands up and I've thrown the towel in, because I got rich friends that live in other places and do the same exact shit that I do. and they are rich and I am not rich. I'm doing well. I think I'm maxing out for what somebody can do as far as being in nightlife and entertainment industry in the city of Philadelphia. I'm maxed the fuck out at like 100,000 a year. I'm maxed the fuck out. These niggas are making $100,000 in a night.
Yeah.
I quit.
when I talk to like one of my like childhood friends and he says, yeah, you know, I rented this, my man rented that, and my other homie rented this. You know, we gonna hit the streets this weekend. We gonna ride to Abu Dhabi. It's just like,
I was thinking about riding over to Marlton.
and then I go to my job and it's like, what you doing this weekend? Oh, you know, we got a pool tournament down there at the bottom of the ninth. Like, I'm not coming to that sleazy ass fucking bar that got a cigarette machine. And you know what?
Because you are at some point, you are forced, even if you don't see it and go to it, you will hear these bullshit ass adventures from people that are they're not real adventures.
No.
You got motherfuckers that'll spend all their money, and I like Atlantic City, but they'll spend all this money to go to AC, and it's like, dog, for the same money, you could have went to Vegas.
Yeah.
You could have went to Miami. You could have went, not necessarily LA high as fuck, but you know what I'm saying? You could have explored something and had a more of a memorable trip than going and staying in AC for $339 a night.
I realized that going to Miami with myself or my girl, as opposed to going to Miami with the
Nigger squad.
I was
Nigger squad.
I was gonna say the nigga congregation, but yeah, same difference. But like going there with Philadelphia, and even like shout out Marty, like me and Marty like taking a step back and like, yo, I don't want to be around this shit. And it's like, dog, let's go do something else. Like, why are we at Wet Willie's? There's no reason to be here.
Listen, I was in Miami all weekend.
Can I tell you this real quick?
Go ahead. When
we got to Miami, this was when we all went deep as shit with the Philly nigger weekend. We got to Miami. Ian came on a later flight than we did. So we got down there. Niggas got all the rentals and whatever the fuck they wanted. Feek and all them went to like go take care of the house situation. Feek, Los, Maul, all of them. So me and Marty stayed around on our side because they had already dipped off and went to, because we stayed in Brickell.
Okay.
We stayed down like South Beach because you come right back over to A1A to go to the airport because we knew Ian was coming. So I went, scooped Ian at the airport. Then we came back down so he could pick his rental up. But Jay, he had already took a ghost over to DJ Khaled was doing like a photo shoot on Star Island. Yeah. So he was like, yeah, I'll be back. Just wait for me. So it was like, all right, ain't really no reason to leave South Beach because the place is on 5th and Alton. Right. It's like, ain't really no reason in leaving. Let's just stay in the area. So he was like, come on, let's go to the Slushy Factory, Wet Willie's. I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I went, we parked up. I already had the Maserati. We parked up, went up on the deck, and we both got the little drinks, and we just was looking around, and he was like, you ready to get the fuck out? I'm like, I just threw the drink.
I thought you would never say nothing.
I threw the drink. I was like, let's go. And we just bounced. I was like, I was miserable sitting there because it's really like going to Fridays on City Ave.
Yes.
That's exactly.
It's the same shit.
It's like Fridays on City Ave with no walls. Yeah. That's what the shit is like.
Like, I was in Miami all weekend this past weekend.
Oh, yeah, you did slide off.
And Saturday, I guess people was I don't know where motherfuckers was at Saturday afternoon because I was on the Strip and it wasn't really that many Philly people. It was like a few smatterings or whatever, but they was down there. Saturday night, everybody went to fucking Studio 23 for Dion's party. I'm like, I wouldn't be caught dead, that motherfucker. I was at Story with Javi in the WCW squad. You know what I'm saying? I'm over there. We go there. We go to Mr. Jones.
Yeah, I didn't think Javi was a big nigga.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm coming down next. I know Javi got some Versace shit I can put out there. Yeah, I ain't know Javi was a big guy.
Big Dan DM me like, man, that fat nigga put me to shame every year, man. I'm tired of this shit. So we go to Story. We go to Mr. Jones. We go to 11 Miami. I'm literally out till 7:30 in the morning. Like, and it just was like just such a dope vibe. And it's like we in these mixed crowds and these different audiences, and I don't gotta see all these ugly motherfuckers from 10th and Pike or wherever the fuck y'all from. Like, I don't have to be bothered with that shit and see all of y'all trying to sneak in the Dion section and like shit like that. Like, I don't want to be bothered with that shit. So I purposely stayed on a whole another wave. Sunday came around, everybody was at the pool party. I'm sitting on Instagram watching it like, this is disgusting. I'm not participating in this shit. I went to the mall. I went to Aventura Mall. I was around on the strip, shit like that. I just avoided them.
And that's really where me and Martin, like,
weekend.
we literally just got to the point where it was just like, yo, we just out.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. We out. We don't give a fuck where we stop to get food, where we wind up. We just out. And we started driving all over. We damn near made it to Fort Lauderdale. Like, we was just out. Like, I'm not sitting around at fucking was Ocean 10 eating them lousy ass crab cake sandwiches. It's like, fuck this. We out. And I really don't understand how people, like, they go to other cities to go to the tourist attraction that whoever they love or like has made popular, but you don't want to explore or enrich yourself with any of the culture.
Yeah, for what?
You know what I mean? It's like going...
motherfucker, for what?
It's like going to a nice tropical island and not experiencing the different beaches. Like, you went just so you could take a picture. Like Drake was saying on the jump, people, I know a shorty whose one goal was to visit Rome. Like, but you not even really taking in Rome. You more so focused on this stupid shit over here.
Exactly.
And it's like, that's kind of what I've seen with people where they go anywhere, really. It's like, you're not more so worried about learning about this place or learning what makes this place. Like, what makes Santorini, Greece different than Athens, Greece?
Right.
And what makes Athens, Greece different than, like, Ibiza? Or, you know, like, people don't want to do that.
Like, my cousin just went to Paris and he said, like, people hitting him up like, yo, why you not posting no pictures? And he like, yo, I'm having a good time. Like, he's like, I'm sending pictures to my brothers, to
like,
to my mom.
Send me all
like
the photos. He just like, I ain't posting this shit on the gram.
Like, this shit ain't for y'all. Like, I'm really like having a good time. Like,
I seen Maul the other day. Shout out Maul. I'm like, what's up with you? He's like, man, I just came back from Egypt. I'm like, oh, word? He's showing me all the pictures and shit. I'm just like, yo, that's fly as shit. And he just like, yeah, I ain't posting that shit on Gram just because, fuck people. I'm like, I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
No, it's really, that's a growing sentiment because a motherfucker see you doing this, that, and the third and start acting like they know you or start thinking they know you and start formulating opinions on what you doing and start working overtime to find out more of your business. And it's like, yo, you got to give motherfuckers just a little taste just to be like, all right, man. Because you want to. It got to be on your terms and not like, oh, I'm a fuck the gram up with like that. Them days is over.
No, they not. Not for people.
Well, no, I'm just saying for people with sense.
I know for a fact. I watch motherfuckers that I told y'all, when people literally, it's like they cannot wait for something bad. It don't matter if it's tragic to happen because they hit the timeline like, yes, it's like time. And it's like, yo, that shit is crazy.
Yes, it's like time will never not be funny.
Yo, it's like time. Like, and I was trying to find a meme of like when the motherfuckers be like this, like they little fingers is tingling, like yes, it's like time. Because motherfuckers dead ass get in car accidents, they parents die, and they be right on Instagram with it. And it's like to the point where you got motherfuckers that'll get in a car accident, post the shit on Instagram, and then like ignore calls about the shit. And it's just like you really don't like you don't even tripping up the fact to see if motherfuckers is worried about you, care about you, whatever the fuck you got going on. You more so just worried about putting that shit on the gram so you can put it out there, like, get me some likes. I come back, got 300 likes. Okay, they fucking with me today. Like, and it's like, when you sit back and really think about it, it's like, what the fuck is it that make motherfuckers act like that? Well,
it's been proven that there's like a
something in the brain.
Yeah, something in the brain that triggers from like, engagement on social media and people liking your shit. And this is why when people be like, man, I'm off this shit, I'm getting off, da da da. This is the reason why they say shit like that. So people can be like, oh damn, what's going on? Why are you leaving? Da, da, da. Because that encouragement is like, oh damn, people fuck with me. Like people need reassurance. Like these motherfuckers are crazy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm on social media every day like y'all are dickheads and I fucking hate y'all.
Dumbest shit I saw on social media the other day when Shorty was like about we talk about that.
I know exactly where you go.
Nia Wilson got murdered. Nia Wilson was a young girl, 18 years old, got her throat slashed on the BART in Oakland.
Did you see Anne Hathaway's?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
amazing. Shout out to Anne Hathaway.
yeah, I like
Thank
Anne
you for that.
Hathaway. Remember Anne Hathaway? Anne Hathaway was dealing with the boy, scumbag boy. You ever watch American Greed about his episode? He
Yeah.
was taking her to Cipriani's, all that shit. Nigga stole like 13 mil and shit. Yeah, but Anne Hathaway, I always fucked with her. But yeah, the young girl's name was Nia Wilson. The guy that allegedly cut her neck was his name was John Cowell, and they captured him or whatever. Said he was a white supremacist allegedly. I don't know. It's a tragic situation.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I saw people giving their synopsis on the whole thing, and giving RIPs as you should. Did you see the video of her dad crying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucked up. But yeah, people was giving they little 1-2s about it. Then I saw a chick. The caption said, Nia Wilson, 18, stabbed to death by white supremacists at the MacArthur station on BART train line in Oakland. And she was like, that's the same station they killed Oscar Grant at. And I'm like,
no.
Nah, Oscar Grant got killed at Fruitvale Station.
They made a movie about it.
The movie is called Fruitvale Station. So I'm like, if nothing else, when you see MacArthur Station and know that the movie is called Fruitvale Station, is like, so I said, no, it's not. And she's like, is it not on the BART? And I'm like, well, yeah, the Broad Street line runs on Broad Street. If somebody's killed at the Snyder stop and then somebody else is killed at the Cecil B. Moore stop, it's like,
It's not the same station.
those two different stations.
It's the same railway. It's not the same station.
So I just said that, and then she started going off about me looking like Biggie, and I just simply tweeted, I tried. Like, I tried. I'm going back to work. You know what I'm saying? And that's really where
Going back to work.
That's really where you get with social media. And it's funny because you sent me a voice message like, now Matt, you know damn well.
You know damn well that these niggas.
You trying to tell people actual facts?
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, yeah, you're right.
I'm like, you literally, like, this whole, I'm like, it's ironic that it was a train involved, because it was a train station, because that shit that Matt was trying to do was the equivalent of saying, if a train leaves Washington, D.C. going 0 miles per hour, how long before it gets to Philly? Never, motherfucker. It's never gonna fucking get there. It never left the station. You know what I'm saying? So for her, she would rather feel right than be right.
Yeah,
and it's so much of that.
I didn't even see the tweets, but motherfuckers started hitting me like, yo, I think she's subbing you. Because I was at work. So I came back and I seen
Fuck out of here. Biggie think you know everything.
Cockeyed motherfucker. And I'm just like, oh, all right. Like, and it's funny though, because it's like she kept going on like, is it not the train in Oakland? Is it not on BART? And I'm just like, I retweeted my own. I tried. I'm just
Have you ever heard of the term mutually exclusive?
I'm like, I tried. You know what I'm saying? But that's really where we are at social media, where it's like, yo, that fact shit, I'm cool on that.
I said it, man. I said black people are the only race of people that will slander you for being factually correct. You think you know everything, nigga? Fuck you.
The other day at my gig, where I was on OT, I learned so much when I'm on Overtime Report, because normally
You
like
interact with different people.
because I work a midday, and it's like I don't have a swing. So like a lot of the runs at my depot is like, you come in at 6 or 7 in the morning, work for a couple hours, then you on swing for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And they be in the break room heavy. Motherfuckers be dancing, ordering food, doing whatever the fuck they doing, playing cards, dominoes. There's always some shit going on. I work a midday. I literally show up at 12:30. I do 4 trips on the 48, and I'm out at 8:30.
Yeah.
I really don't see motherfuckers. But when you get an OT report, you just come in and sit and wait. You get paid for sitting, and if you don't get nothing, you can just roll.
Okay.
So I'm on OT report the other day. So now, I'm forced to mingle.
Forced to interact.
Yeah, this is like, I got to talk to y'all now. You know what I mean? So we're talking. Somehow we get on legal, like shit that go on as far as like the judicial system,
okay,
and different things or whatever. And I'm not a legal major, and I don't pretend to be. I got a couple friends that are in high places when it comes down to legally. Like, we got a mutual friend that was the ADA, and shout out Kev. He looked out for me in a situation the other day. I needed some legal advice, and he helped me. Like, I know people. I got friends that are cops. I got friends that I got a friend that like damn near runs the fucking SEPTA transit shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't pretend to know everything, but I understand a few things.
Right.
So we started talking about defending yourself when it comes to having a public defendant or a lawyer. And I'm like, well, the thing is like lawyers cost money. Like if you're going to trial for whatever charge, it don't matter if it's some simple misdemeanor shit or a serious motherfucking joint.
Yeah.
If you could afford to have a lawyer,
you should.
Why the fuck would you go in there? Like that's what I was telling them. Like public defendant ain't some shit. You just like, oh yeah, I'm about to go get a PD. It's like, no, that's some shit. You have to get a PD because you need legal representation. You can represent yourself for real. But I'm like, you see motherfuckers like getting sent away for all these years because they had motherfuckers be like, oh, he had a public defender, and it was like, yeah, well, he didn't want to have a public defender,
right? But
realistically,
he ended up with a.
I'm like, if you go to fight like a murder, your lawyer might be $500,000, and motherfuckers like, ain't man, that shit ain't that fucking much. I'm like, no, I'm like, trust me,
yeah,
like murder cases, you talking about 6 figures in some of them.
Yeah, because you're talking about research, you're talking about
DNA
billable hours
outside of the fuck what they're doing,
third party analysis,
private investigators, all kinds of shit. So I'm telling him, I'm like, dog, like the big, like, I'm like, think about it. OJ's defense joint was like $5 million. Because think about it, he had Robert Shapiro, he had Lee Bailey, he had motherfucking Johnny Cochran, he had Robert Kardashian, and they had I forgot the other one. Some with an A. I can't think his fucking name. But yeah, it's like I'm telling him, I'm like, yo, his that's why it was called the Dream Team. He had like the 5 best defense attorneys in fucking California. It's like, yo, it really cost him like $5 million for that. And he was like, young boy swear he fucking know everything. So I'm like, how about we just do this? Went online and look, the Dream Team, they have a Wikipedia page and then they have a page devoted to them.
Yeah. I
go on it. The Dream Team is a team made up of Johnny Cochran, read all the names and shit. It's estimated that OJ spent between $3 and $7 million on his legal defense in the 95 murder case of Nicole Simpson and Ronald Goldman. So I'm like, anybody, what's in between 3 and 7? 5 fucking million. I'm like, I'm not making this shit up because I'm just saying it to say. I'm like, I've really read this in it, and I'm just like, it's crazy because you 50, but you so quick to just argue something
with no facts
behind you, and that's really where the fuck we be at sometimes. And it'd be like, yo, just take a second and read something. It don't even gotta be a lot. Like these articles, motherfuckers really don't read them.
No. Read? I read the headline.
Did you see the joint today where the story came out about the lady getting shot last night trying to break up the fight?
No.
Southwest 55th Street. Chick was fighting her boyfriend. Well, she wasn't fighting her boyfriend. The brother showed up, and her brother and her boyfriend started going at it. The neighbor trying to break them up. Bull starts shooting at the ground, apparently. Bullets ricochet, shoot her. So that was the story. Late woman shot in Southwest. This is the headline. Woman shot in Southwest trying to break up fight. And people like, oh, see, you need to mind your fucking business, this and the third. So then somebody was like, see, young bitches always trying to be in the midst of something. I click on the link, the lady's 51. And I'm like, this is what I mean with y'all. Mind you, she got shot on the porch. And I was like, this headline is just real misleading.
Yeah.
But they said she in stable condition today. She was in critical last. They say she was in surgery all night because one of the bullets hit her in the neck. And I'm just like, it's crazy because you got somebody outside right now that's shooting a 51-year-old woman named Myrtle. Like, bro, you going to hell. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shot a lady. You going to
hell and you going to jail.
You shot a lady named Myrtle. Like, you're bugging. And I'm like, it's crazy because he going to get respect. You know, he a shooter. He put that work in. And it's just like, we tragic, yo. Like, we terrible.
We celebrate. I mean, we're the only race of people that celebrate bullshit and shit that you can't cash in or do nothing with nowhere else.
Nothing.
You can't cash in street cred. Mm-mm. Even with the mafia guys, they turned their street cred into legitimate business and industry, and they diversified and did other shit. The same thing with the Jewish gangsters. The same thing with the Asian gangsters.
Shit, the Irish mob did.
They created shit for their generations to come forward. All niggas doing is buying fucking Gucci shirts and fucking Bally belts. Mm-hmm. Like, y'all have to cut the fucking bullshit. At some point, y'all have to turn over the silly shit that y'all doing and become legitimate in some aspect.
I don't think it could ever get better though, because how do you organize motherfuckers that are literally institutionalized to be unorganized?
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
We're 500 years I'm saying, from the initial kickoff of slavery to now, you're talking about 500 years of just being brutalized, manipulated. Like, motherfuckers is just to the point where they just like, it's whatever.
Like slavery was a well thought out plan.
Oh, for sure.
And like, you look at black people from that time, like when motherfuckers decided they had enough, they would just take off in the middle of the night. No map, no, like, just no plan. And it's like, that shit is, it's reared its ugly head with like the people now, like, just planning is weird as shit to people.
Yeah. Like, plan for what? I'm just living my life.
I do what I want whenever I want. I take off in the spur of, and it's just like, that's not reality though. It's like, you have to plan things.
Yeah. There was Kev had put a post up the other day that was on, I think, like the Shade Room, and they was basically like something to the effect of like, fuck your bills, like, you gotta live your life, you know, if you want to take that vacation, take it.
It was like money is replaceable. Time
your money will come back, your time isn't. He's like, no fuck no, hell no, this is bullshit rhetoric, and this is the shit that keeps black people poor, because you think that your money will come back. It will not come back. You will not replace that same exact money that you could have invested in something or compound interest or whatever like that. And the fact that the majority of us don't understand money is how Lil had a tweet the other day. These bitches don't be having money for food, but they always on vacation. How? It's because of shit like that, because they will literally not eat to go buy a plane ticket to go and be around some broke niggas frauding with fucking discounted bottles. Mm-hmm. This is where we are in the state of the union of black folk.
You know what I saw the other day? I saw a tweet where the girl was like, it's 3 pages you need. It was like black travel pages. And she was like, these are must follow pages. And it's like, one was like, they're like pages where I guess people just go to all these exotic places and post pictures and whatever. And I started looking at the quotes on the tweet, and it's all people like, yeah, this is my motivation. And, you know, I follow all 3 of them, and this, that, and the third. And it's like, I get it. You know, I want to go places too, but at the same time, I feel like you should want a house. You know, you should want some type of equity. And it's like, you know, when you literally living at your mom's or living in the back room waiting for grandma to die or whatever the fuck have you.
You shouldn't be taking 6 trips a year.
You know, and we have this thing where it's like, I think, was it Charlemagne or was it B. Dot that said it? I think it was Charlemagne, where it's like, Instagram has literally, no, it was Charlemagne. He was like, they're gonna have to issue a Surgeon General's warning with social media sooner or later, because he's like, it's literally driving y'all insane. Yeah. Y'all don't know what you like unless you see it on social media. He was like, I dead ass watch trends become trends because of social media. I've watched fashion. I've watched cars. I've watched going to certain places like vacation destinations become things because of social media. And the fact that it's like, I've seen people, he's like, I know a girl that like I'm cool with, like a chick, and she was like, yeah, I had to like take a moment off of social media. And he was like, for what? And she's like, because it's just, I'm watching everybody like floss and I can't do it. And it's like, what?
Yeah, it's depressing me.
Yeah, it's like making you depressed. And it's just like, you have to mentally be strong enough to understand Instagram is the highlight reel. Yeah. Like, yeah, the shorty showing you all the bags, but she not showing you that she going through hell.
Yeah, she ain't showing you that chic that took a shit on her face in order to bottom bag.
You saw what Steven Jackson was talking about the other night. It's like, motherfuckers, like, you see a nigga on there with a crazy watch, or, you know, it like,
he ain't telling you that it's his man shit that just got indicted.
Or the fact that he might get killed in the next 6 months. Yeah. Like, motherfuckers don't take none of these things into equation. It's just they see something and be like, oh, I need to be able to do
I gotta have that shit.
I gotta be able to go there because that's where everybody going, and they say that's the hot spot and da-da-da-da-da. And this is how you get niggas breaking into rehab. Yeah. Like, none of y'all had enough sense to be like, I'm gonna go somewhere else. No.
It's 10 beach clubs in Vegas.
No.
I gotta get into rehab, nigga, by any means.
Give me a boost. Like, dead as niggas broke down a fucking back fence.
And that just goes to show, niggas will work together to do some bullshit, but won't work together to do something positive. Nigga, you can't get 10 niggas together to fucking put $1,000 each up and start a fucking business.
Yo.
But niggas will help each other climb over a fucking wall to break into rehab.
Niggas Looney Tune their ways right into the fucking rehab.
Are you serious?
We a joke. Well, y'all a joke. Like, yo.
It's like I said last week, man. Like,
Yo.
the nigger race is so pitiful. You damn near don't blame white people and Asians for taking advantage of us. You kind of like, I kind of understand. Y'all dumb as shit.
Yo, this shit is nuts, yo. Oh, man.
Y'all out here acting like Tiny Tuna Adventures to get into a party, and then it's like, all right, and then what? And once after you get past the initial, oh shit, it's lit in here. Then what? Oh shit, it's lit in here. It's going down. Once you spot the 4 celebrities that's in here, then what?
My thing is, like,
I be exhausted at that shit, man.
Once you break down the fucking back fence, y'all rush it to the rehab. Do you now just get like a table or a cabana, or like you just act like everything is normal now? Like that's just, you don't got a band on.
You didn't have sense enough to buy a ticket, so I know you're not buying a fucking cabana for $10,000. I know you're not doing that.
Oh man.
Niggas are a joke.
They are crazy.
You could have went to Marquee. You could have went to fucking Dre's. You could have went to it's a gang of them. No, it's rehab, man.
They said Floyd in there.
Fab been telling us about rehab for 3 summers, nigga. I'm in here.
And that's really what it be. It's like motherfuckers see something on their timeline.
Fab and Migos lyrics are driving you motherfuckers crazy, man, because y'all really trying to live by this dumb shit that these niggas is talking.
It's a shame.
As a collective, Migos is making probably about $15 million a year. Y'all can't compete with that type of fucking lifestyle. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's just dumb, man. It's like the shit that we celebrate is all bullshit. Like,
yeah, we can go on with this for hours. I want to get some of these topics out of the way.
We didn't even talk about any topics. We've been at this shit for an hour straight.
That's just how annoying y'all getting are.
Real quick, I got some real shit to talk about. Mir from Dope Show sent me something. Mir from Dope Show sent me something that
I saw Mir with Bubonic the other day. Bubonic's like he's doing really good out there with the art
Bonic's
shit.
doing hella well with their art shit.
Yeah.
6 billionaires have Bonic's art.
Yeah, he posted some dude the other day was in there buying. He bought the SpongeBob John, the break-in case emergency.
He has a residency at the W in New York. All the W hotels in New York have his art in the penthouses and in the lobbies. Tommy Hilfiger is his biggest benefactor. He has endless amounts of his art. This is how crazy this shit is, right? Tommy Hilfiger's daughter, I think Allie is her name, she does art. He has more of Bonic's art than of his own daughter's art because he just loves pop art. Like, he just fuck with it, and he's introduced him to so many people and just opened up a whole new world for him. And that just goes to show, if you fully unlock your talent, you never know where that shit will take you.
Real talk.
He's doing extremely fucking well. But real quick, my guy Mir from Dope Shows and Sitting Pretty Rental, his 2 companies along with Dimples for Days Incorporated are doing a back to school book bag extravaganza, and we always preach positivity and support and giving back to the community on the show. So we got to talk about this. Sunday, August 19th, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Mastery Charter School at Harrity Schoolyard, 5601 Christian Street. They're going to be having this back to school book drive, book bags, all type of donations, volunteers, whatever. Please reach out to @Jameer Shaw on Instagram. All donations are tax deductible. And just, if y'all want to help out, make sure that these kids got what they need to go back to school so that they feeling good and they focus. Make sure y'all participate in the back to school book bag extravaganza. I'll definitely make sure that I'm there. And just like last year when Carl had his, I couldn't actually come and participate, but I made sure I sent him some money. Get these kids what they need, because motherfuckers talk that community involvement shit, but don't never put their time or their money where their mouth is.
And what day is it again?
It's going to be Sunday, August 19th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Mastery Charter, 5601 Christian Street.
Okay, cool.
So make sure y'all come out and support that.
Yeah, I'll slide up there. Shout out Mir and Steph. I ain't talked to them in a little second.
All right. So shout out to Jameer and Dope Shows, Sitting Pretty. They're gonna be having that book drive. Make sure y'all come out and participate. But let's get into some of these topics, man. We just talked about how fucked up everybody is for an hour. I guess we can cover some stuff that's going on in the news.
I guess the big shit this week was Floyd and 50 acting like 2 hoes. Yeah, 2 retarded motherfuckers. Like, I literally don't even know what to say at this point about either one of them.
I mean, it just goes to show, it's just like, yo, these guys have been, around each other for probably 12 years, 10 or 12 years or something like that, on and off.
I was going to say back to like 04.
Yeah, so you're talking about like 14 years. So you're talking about damn near 15 years on and off.
50 blew in 03. Yeah. And then literally he was hanging out with Floyd that year for real, bro. So
it's like, yo, you got basically 15 years of friendship with somebody on and off. And they've always had these issues. But my whole thing with y'all is, why do y'all always got to take y'all issues public every time y'all have a fallout? And for 50, it's like, yo, why do you got to be so messy that, you got to ridicule your quote unquote friend, your brother in the public, that forces him to respond? Because Floyd has way more to lose in engaging in some shit like this than 50 does. This is what 50 do. Yeah. He fucks with everybody. He just was beefing with fucking Papoose a week ago. So it's like, all right, when you going at it with a motherfucker that don't got nothing to lose, it's like, all right, you got to be calculated in what you say, what you don't say, and you got to make sure that the shit that you're saying is impactful. So the pressure is on Floyd at all times to say something memorable and impactful, and we thought that he did, but 50 just won't stop. Yeah. Like, he just keep fucking going.
Yeah, I mean, it's reached a point where it's just, I mean, really, it just, none of it was like funny or like, I mean, it was a couple Jones that was funny. I ain't gonna lie, but
the watch shit was funny.
The watch shit.
Yeah, when he said, he's like, you supposed to be, you're not supposed to be beef with me, supposed to be beef with my watch. We not on the same level.
When he posted the Kendrick is going to be on Power this Sunday, and then the next one was like, I was going to bring Floyd on, but ain't nobody got time to tell for this nigga with his lines. That was funny as shit. But it's like, it just goes to show, man, that it's like, people always talk about this day one shit, and then like, I don't think people understand, like, when they be like, this is my day one, like, what that means. That doesn't mean, like, people be like, oh no, that's my day one. I known him since I was, nigga, first day of your life, you don't know anyone. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what that means. Day one means since the day I met you, you were solid and thorough with me. That's what that means. Yeah. And you got a day one who you might know for a year. That like y'all just had, like me and you, we have developed a really good friendship where it's like, yo, I know I can call on Chad when some shit go left, and vice versa. I can legit pop up, yo. That's just how we are. And it's motherfuckers who I've known since, I'm talking about motherfuckers that lived on my block growing up with me that we don't even speak. Right. Just cause life just took us two different directions, and the things I want, you don't want. And the things you care about, I don't care about. I honestly, like my man the other day, he from Norris Street. They tore down the Norris Street projects up in North Philly. Yeah. And he like, hey man, motherfuckers like, he's like, look at this post my man put on Facebook. I look at the posts, just because they took our hood don't mean we can't come out here and celebrate and cook out on the grill. And he's like, dog, let's just go somewhere. Like, it's going. Let's just go do something else. Like, let's just do something else. And it's like, motherfuckers just won't let shit. And he's like, after a while, I was telling him that shit just get frustrating. And that's where it was with a lot of the dudes I grew up with, where it's just like, yo, I kind of want to, like, be able to like live comfortably. I kind of want to be able to like afford things. I want to be able to do things. I want to be able to go places. I want to be able to experience things. I really don't give a fuck about being out here on this fucking block or sitting on this fucking porch or like this shit. Like I told Ra, we used to chill on the bricks at the rec. It was literally right behind Ra's house. And I told Ra the last time I came down around the way, this might have been like 14 when I was out. You remember how we used to be in a hotel for all that shit. And I'm like, I was like, that might have been the last time I came around and like chilled on it. And I literally went out there with Ross, and I'm talking about, we was out there like 5 minutes, and I'm just like, you ready to get the fuck out of here? Like, this shit is nerve wracking now.
I was on my Young Boy corner 2 weeks ago on Horder and Ross uptown. I'm like, this shit look like the dawn of the dead. And it's like when you pulling up somewhere and when you riding through, you don't really get to see how fucked up shit is. Shit fucked up everywhere. This is in Mount Airy.
Young Boy at my job the other day, I was like, yo, where are you from? And he was like, Olney. And he like a clean cut, shave his face, always got his shirt tucked. I'm like, you nothing about you says Olney. He's like, no, I'm from Olney. You thinking about like Logan. He's like, no, I brush my teeth and everything. I'm like, oh yeah. He was like, it's parts of Logan I ride through, and I'm like, Jesus. He's like, you go past the Chinese store, it's 40 niggas.
Yeah.
out front of the China. I'm like,
Love said he was in Somerville. He said Deuce took me to 4 Chinese stores. All of them had 40 niggas in there.
He said that shit the other day. I burst out laughing. He's like, dog, it's little parts in Logan. I'm from up there where I go, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And it's like, yeah, because niggas don't want to leave. Niggas don't want anything else. And it just amazes me sitting back and watching 50 and Floyd, who've made it to out of this world like heights. And you got a motherfucker who you was fucking with heavy in that shit. Cause you know how it go. You meet motherfuckers along the way. That's a journey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dorothy ain't make it to the fucking Oz by herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you meet motherfuckers and you be like, oh, this is my folks. But to see that turn into this garbage is just like, that should make you not even want to accept people on Instagram.
Like, cause motherfuckers they bringing family into it. They airing out deep, dark secrets.
I had already heard that shit about the bull though.
Oh, that Floyd was fucking the bull wife?
Yeah, like my man, I told you, my man, he like heavy out there, and he was like, no, that's like facts. And I remember he mentioned that shit like back in the day. I'm just like, yeah, but to like put that shit on like a national scale, like that family's still mourning that. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all playing ridiculous now, because it's like you're not even dissing each other. Now y'all dissing the kids and the BMs, and it's just like
fucking 50 said Floyd is 63-0. He said he beat 50 boxers, 11 women, and he responsible for got 2 bodies under his belt.
And it's just like,
goodness gracious.
You got to be on another level. A shout out to FaceTime the nigga though. Like, you about to rock her and rock your soul. Let me FaceTime this nigga real quick.
Let me show you what you did.
Like, that's some deep shit.
But it's like, just hearing all these stories and all this shit coming out, it's like, damn, Flo, you really like a fucked up nigga.
My thing is, where did 50 get the deposition from the Sun?
Yo.
Like, how did you get your hands on this?
Like, yo.
Like, 50 really is Canaan. Like, that's a real.
He said he had some people ran down on Floyd the other day.
Yeah, I wanted to ask if you knew about that. Like, what?
I just was watching this video on Diverse Mentality YouTube page, and they was talking about it, and he was like, yo, Floyd got like approached like on some shit. He said, and 50 was like, yeah, don't worry, that situation that happened in whatever island or whatever fuck he was on, he's like, they was just there to check your temperature. He's like, next time it's gonna be a different situation, because he put up something about him FaceTime his son.
Yeah,
whatever, like
I've
that.
seen
They going back and forth, and he sent the goons at him. It's like, yo, this nigga 50 got goons everywhere.
My thing is this: for as much shit as people say about 50, as much shit as people be like, oh, you know, he did see that in the third. When the motherfuckers on the other side talk, they be like, I seen Fit riding in his Ferrari by himself. DJ Envy straight was like, yo, I was at Fat Joe's sneaker store DJing, and 50 pulled up in the fucking Rolls Royce and walked in. He like pulled up in the car by himself and like came right up in there like, what's up? And he like, ain't nobody fucking. And he was like, this is when the beef was like just cooling off. Like, he's like, 50 walked right in that John. Like, what's up? He's like, and I told him to come through just on the, come through. I'm at Fat Joe's store. It's good.
He really showed up. Yeah, what's going on? Who had said something?
Yeah. And it's like he have situations with all of these dudes in the industry, and everybody I've seen him have a situation with, it either it don't be no smoke, or it be smoke thrown on both sides. Yeah. So,
I mean, I think at this point, I think the man's street cred is unquestionable. Like, the nigga beef with one of the biggest gangsters in the history of New York State, like, and lived to tell a story. That alone is like, all right, he's on a different fucking. You know,
that's why I'd be weird, like, to see Floyd like, yo, you wasn't a street dude. This and it's just, nah. And it's like, well,
you not even qualified to say that. You've been coddled your whole fucking life. You had some rough patches and all that shit, but a white family took you in at 13 and moved you to fucking Las Vegas and put you in professional boxing camps and all that shit. Like, you had a privileged life, Floyd, for real. Like, you had
it's like when Drake told Pusha, you don't sell drugs. It's like, like, take it easy.
The other shit, we was with you.
I'm with you. Oh, you know, you my man. So take it easy. Like, you not really qualified to say that to that guy. You know what I mean? So, The whole situation, it's just like I said, it was funny first maybe day or two, and then it just completely went. Like once y'all bringing in the deceased and the children and the baby mothers,
because it's like, and now what? Like, where do we go from here?
somebody might got to get touched.
Yes.
And that's where you get 50 talking like, don't worry, that shit was just to see where the fuck you was at.
And I was just checking temperature. Next time it's gonna be different. Keep playing. See what happened to Slow Bucks.
Yeah.
Got the Dre beats put on him in front of 60,000 people.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even talking crazy.
Yeah, real talk. Kanan is a funny motherfucker. That's a funny ass nigga. Did you watch the episode this past week?
I still didn't see it yet.
Yeah, I finally watched it yesterday. It's like the show at this point is just, I don't even try to make sense of it. It's just so unbelievable.
It's damn near like it's not even interwoven anymore. It's like independent episodes.
Ron made a very great joint. He was talking about power. It's like if you watch television and you understand writing, there's such a thing as a character arc where it's like, would this make like if you called me tonight and be like, yeah man, I'm at the casino, I flopped the set, bull fucking river to flush on me, I'd be like, the fuck is
When
shit
did you start playing poker?
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense. Now on the flip side, if I tell you, yeah man, I sold 600 tickets, you know what I'm saying, for the parties, you like, what nigga? Like, because it don't make no sense. But on Power, Kanan selling tickets, playing poker, shooting niggas. Everybody does any and everything whenever they need to. And Rob was like, I've never seen a show where everybody is fucking everybody over. Ghost is fucking over everybody. Tommy is fucking over everybody. Kanan is fucking over everybody. Tasha, fucking O-Dog. What's his name on there? Rashard. Tyreek, Keisha, the Italians, Teresi, everybody's fucking everybody over, but no one has to be held accountable for anything.
Yeah, nothing. All the loyal motherfuckers get killed. What was the boy name? The Puerto Rican lieutenant, Ghost, second in charge that got killed.
Julio.
Julio
killed. Sean killed. It's just like all the motherfuckers that was actually just trying to be there for motherfuckers wound up murdered.
Yeah, all the people that's fucking niggas over is just surviving,
just doing
like
whatever the fuck
germs
they want.
finding a host.
It's crazy.
This virus will go on.
Connects going to jail, ghost free. Shit is nuts. I've never seen that.
I still can't get over the fact that they killed two Connects and lived to tell about it.
I can't get over the fact that Tommy literally disobeyed a Connect and then burnt a Connect, and then the Connect caught him in the alleyway and said, "You all owe me money," and he's on the payroll now. Like, what the fuck is happening? Connects don't show up to your city and catch you in the alleyway
and not do nothing,
and you just cool afterwards.
No, everybody dies.
It's bonkers, yo. You watch this next episode. When you watch,
I'm gonna watch it when I go home.
Text me. I guarantee you'll be like, yeah, but what the fuck is this? It's nuts. I've never seen.
I'm almost tempted to just like wait till the end of the season and then just
watch the last episode.
Watch the last however many
shit.
episodes just straight.
I told who did I say it to the other day? I think I said it at the mall. I'm like, Power has literally reached a point where there's no way this can have a good ending. It just can't. Like, The Wire ended. The only thing I would have changed in The Wire, me personally, Omar and Marlo was supposed to go at it.
Was a clash.
I hated the way Omar died, but it made sense. It did make sense.
Yeah, because the life you live in, you never know where the shit gonna come from.
And the young boy always was trying to become bigger than what the fuck he was, so I could understand it, but I didn't like it. But the way it ended with Snoop was perfect. You have to go out. The way it ended with Chris, yes, you have to go out. The way it ended for Weebay, the way it ended for Stringer, the way it ended for fucking Avon, the way it ended for Marlo, it all made character arc sense. Yes. This shit has literally reached a point where I told Maul, a bomb is gonna have to go off. That's the only way this shit, like a bomb go off and the whole fucking New York just explode. And it'd be like, oh damn, you saw the end of the Power? That shit was crazy.
From day one, Ghost and Tommy have done things in every single episode that they've appeared prominently in that can get them killed or sent to jail for life. And they are alive and not in jail.
Tommy literally got down with the mob on the strength of his fake dad. And the first meeting he had with the mob, he went out and got two of their sons murdered against their orders. It's like, how is Tommy not dead? And even got fucking Teresi's man alive for him. It's just like,
All he got was punched in the face for it. You get the two mob's top hitmen and two of their sons murdered.
This does not make sense.
You can't do this. Like, they fuck over everybody. You got a Mexican cartel chief hit.
Yeah.
You got a Serbian connect hit.
Yeah.
And then you got his number 2 to flip on him.
Yeah.
That's not how this works.
Mind you killed all of your fucking suppliers. Like all the niggas y'all were supplying that were putting it out, y'all killed them all. The Serb, fucking Marlo, like they killed all of them. Remember Marlo was Haitian.
Yeah.
They killed all of them. It's fucked up that he's Marlo. Like you don't even care about his power name.
Jamie Hector.
Yeah, but this shit is bonkers, yo. It's like it's literally at this point, it's just for entertainment. Cause like nothing about it moves me. I watch it and it ends, and I don't be like.
The reason why, for people that still like Power and think it's a good show, the reason why it's not a good show is because if you ever seen The Wire, or if you ever seen Breaking Bad, or if you ever seen Game of Thrones, they are committed to the story and not to the characters. Yeah. And if the characters do shit that is out of line, there are immediate repercussions for those characters. The whole first fucking season of The Wire is we're trying to figure out who the fuck Avon Barksdale is.
Right.
Once we figure out who the fuck Avon Barksdale is and we catch him in the act of doing some bullshit, Avon Barksdale goes to fucking jail.
They didn't catch Avon in the act until season 3 when they actually ran up in the trap house.
Right.
But season 1,
we're all building to that.
They were putting the wire together to figure out who the fuck is Avon Barksdale. Yeah. But then they find out, okay, Avon has a number 2 who's Stringer, and then he has a street fucking murderer who's Weebay.
Right.
Weebay shoots Kima. Weebay might die tonight.
Right.
But at least he's going to prison. And Weebay goes down, and that's how fucking Omar is able to go at it with them because they ain't got the muscle. Remember, Omar hit fucking Stinkum. Hey now, boom, hit him with the shotgun, and then Weebay goes the fuck down. So literally, season 2 is all Omar doing whatever the fuck he wants to them because y'all ain't got the fucking power. They employing motherfuckers, bringing in Slim Charles, doing all this crazy shit. Yeah, and it's like the shit just makes sense. Stringer trying to fuck over every little fucking body. You literally try to play Omar against Brother Mazone. These is killers.
Right.
When these killers realize, oh, you got us on some bullshit.
They want to kill you.
We not coming to talk in the alley, nigga.
We gonna kill your motherfucking ass.
I guess it ain't nothing I could say to.
Well, get it over with.
Get it over with, motherfucker. Yeah, like this has to happen.
Yeah.
We love Stringer as a character. It's fucking Idris Elba. Who the fuck don't like Idris Elba? But you gotta go.
Gotta go, you fucking piece of shit.
Bring Marlo up. Bring Chris up. Go get the Shorty out there. Remember, they got Snoop was from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Go get her. Bring her over here. Put her out there. Let's do this. Let's fuck with the kids. Even the kids, though, eventually, shit gotta go left.
Yeah.
It's just the way it go. Like, you can't have a story that's taking place in the inner city. Like, we live in Philadelphia. You can't have a story about Philadelphia where it's not senseless murders and not crazy shit just
and
going on.
And motherfuckers telling.
It's just the way it go. I've never seen some shit where Tommy literally got locked up and a loophole got him out of jail, and then Ghost got locked up and a loophole got him out of jail.
And he killed a U.S. Marshal, I'm sorry.
Tyreek and Tasha should be in jail, but a loophole is gotten them out of jail. It's crazy watching this shit happen, because this don't happen.
Nobody's luck is this good.
No one's.
The whole cast has everlasting good luck.
But it's crazy watching how they just fuck each other over and over and over and over and over and over
with no remorse
and over. And I told you, my man was like, yeah, I'm shocked Lala made it to season 5. I'm like, everyone made it to season. That's not fucking shocking. Everybody's there. But yes, with the whole, I just thought of Joan. It made me think of Lala. How do you feel about her and Drake dipping out of the...
Well, it makes more sense now because apparently they're shooting a video.
That's what they said. It was for a video.
But it looks bad. Yeah. The optics are bad as shit because...
You don't want to see any woman in your family just
going to some nondescript pub with the biggest pop star fucking ever.
That could have been your grandma. You're like, what the fuck is she doing?
Like, hold on, it's like, what the fuck my grandma doing Michael Jackson? Like, it's like that. So it's like, yo, what's going on here? It just looks bad, man. It looks bad.
I'm happy Shiggy's gonna be in the video though.
That's dope.
That's fly as shit.
Shiggy and Drake like best friends now, apparently.
Yeah. That video out there was pretty funny when he was.
He's like, "Where my 250 at?"
And it's funny because Drake was like, "You ever send a wire?" You know. That's funny as shit. And it's funny to see motherfuckers, and like we talked about it before, how people really, really just are like. Their IQs just aren't there. Because I tagged you, I'm like, yo, look at these comments and tell me if I'm tripping. Motherfuckers is really going at Shiggy like you could be a little more respectful. And I'm just like, yo, this is humor. like
they planned this.
Yeah, this is a joke. And motherfuckers really don't understand certain things, yo.
Motherfuckers can't read sarcasm. They can't they can't differentiate what's real from what's fake. Like, this is impossible, man. I hate everybody.
But before we go into the joint, man, 50 and Floyd need to get it the fuck together. Y'all niggas is grown. Floyd, you 40. Like,
yeah, I mean,
50, you damn near 40. It's just like, y'all
either squash the beef or shoot each other. I mean,
yeah, really, because the back and forth.
Y'all can't be friends again after this.
Nah, I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
Y'all done brought the kids. Y'all brought fucking murders into this. Y'all done threw everything out.
Whole kitchen sink.
Sent the goon squad at Floyd on vacation. Like, it's nothing. Like, it's nothing y'all could y'all could just agree to disagree, coexist, and just stay away from one another.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, my homegirl the other day sent me the link to the billboard.com, and you know, she knows we Drake fans or whatever, and I look at it and I see In My Feelings is #1 again this week.
Yeah,
and this week
record.
it broke the streaming record, and I'm thinking to myself, like, you would think that the initial, like, what you call it, I guess, heat.
Yes. Project out, the dance challenge, all that shit. You would think that it would be wearing off.
Yeah.
It's not.
Scorpion did 200 grand this week, 4th week. Like, that's sickening. Yeah. Like, when you doing 200 grand like sales in a week.
Kanye did 175 his first week.
Crazy. Last week they was like, this week is better than the Carters. His 3rd week was better than the Carters' first week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn.
They did like 138,000 or 123,000.
No, they did more than that. No?
123.
Oh, wow.
They held it on Tidal for 2 days. They released it on Saturday, so they lost a day off rip, and then they held it on Tidal for 2 days, and Tidal doesn't report.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they did 123. So even if they add in the 2 days of Tidal streams or whatever the case may be, you might have did, call it another 77,000, 80,000 units, or you did a deuce. Did a deuce on his 4th week.
Yeah.
Shit rough.
Yeah, man. I don't know what to say about it, honestly. Like, it's just, like I said to the pimp the other day, I'm just like, it's one of them things where it's really nothing to argue.
No, it's really not. I mean, the whole thing is like, you know,
to me, it's more so comical. It's more so like funny to see
I think people are going to look back 6 months from now, whatever, and going to look back on like they hot takes about how terrible the album was, this, and that. And when we can finally really look back and look at the whole scope of all the accomplishments and all this shit, and people are going to be like, I was tripping. I think people are going to look back and have like some buyer's remorse on some of their takes. Is what is kind of like my biggest takeaway from all of it, because he's going to fuck around and potentially have, out of 25 songs, he might have 17 platinum songs. A couple of 7 of them going to be multi-platinum. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be, the accomplishment of it is going to be so absurd that it's going to be like, yo, how can... The issue that I have with people in general right now about the Drake shit is when they talk about Drake, they want to leave the hit records out of the equation.
And that's
God's
the part that
plan
annoys
is what
me.
it is. Nice for what is what it is. In My Feelings is what it is. But these other Jones, though.
Charlamagne was like, yeah, we thought this album was going to be this great double disc and this classic timeless piece of work, and it's just not that. And B-Dot was like, what do you mean? It's destroying, like, it did 1 billion streams in a week. Like, it's destroyed everything we've seen. But he's like, oh, that's just the numbers. And it's just like, it's just the numbers ain't cool when it's him.
Yeah.
Because on the flip side, if this is someone else who has amazing numbers, it's like y'all still tell us about how Hard Knock Life did 5 mil.
Yeah, still to this day.
To this day, we still hear about how DMX had 2 #1 albums in the same year.
Yeah,
we
both
still
did
hear about
800,000 first week and this, that.
We still hear about Biggie going diamond. We still hear about Pac going diamond. We still hear about Snoop doing 800 grand first week. We still have to hear about 50 Get Rich or Die Trying selling 13 mil.
Yeah, still.
We still hear about this. We still hear about Speakerbox, Love Below, selling diamond. But now that it's Drake, it's like, that number shit corny.
Motherfucker told me the other day, well, he got a whole country behind him, this and that. I said, well, you do know that when they put those numbers out, it's
America.
It's a domestic number. I said his Austria.
Yo, I love people.
I said you do know his Canada and his Austria and Australia and Europe.
Yeah.
Those are separate numbers.
Like, they're different
you
charts.
get separate certifications for that.
And you know, and not all Jones you have to sell a mill. Some countries
Some of them
100,000,
60,000.
some Jones is 50 grand. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, motherfuckers really be that like simple. Nah, because all the Canadians, this is America, chief. This niggas from Canada in America, chief. Like, yo, that shit is nuts, man.
Motherfuckers don't even get their own arguments.
Yeah. It's sad.
My homegirl
actually.
asked me the other day, she get to the end of her argument. She's like, well, I just think that he's doing these numbers because he's popular. I said, well, how does a person get popular? You got to earn those fans. So you can't turn around and say, that's like saying if Steph Curry wasn't the greatest shooter of all time, he wouldn't have 2 back-to-back MVPs, but he does and he does. So the fact
He
that
is and he does.
he is and he does. So it's like, you can't then turn around and say, well, if he wasn't so popular, he wouldn't be selling all these records. Well, yeah, if Jay-Z didn't invest $1 million in the Rockefeller with Dame and Biggs, then he probably wouldn't be the businessman that he is today. So it's like, let's stop trying to discount and remove elemental facts of who people are to try to skew the argument because the people that you like are not performing or putting up the same type of numbers. It is what it is. I said in every generation, we got lightning rod artists that just dominate and just kick everybody's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z was that for a long fucking time. DMX was that for a short, probably like a 4-year window. 50 was that for a 4-year window. They was just, Lil Wayne was that for about a 6-year window where they just kick everybody's fucking ass. Like, it just is what it is. It's just that with Drake, his window is lasting so long that now y'all just like, man, give somebody else a try. Well, maybe these motherfuckers, like, it's other people in the marketplace though. Kendrick is in the marketplace. J. Cole is in the marketplace. Kanye is still releasing material. Jay's still releasing material. Beyonce's releasing material. Adele, all these people, everybody's putting shit out.
Yeah.
He's just kicking everybody's ass. It just,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, seeing like it's sad because I look at like I was looking at the Billboard Hot 200 the other day, right? And Nas's Nasir album is the 175th album on the Billboard 200, and that just makes me sad because it's like, damn, like all that time I really don't like Kanye for this whole 7-song shit he decided to do. Because me personally, I really like Daytona. I kind of wish it was 14 songs. Yeah. Like I would have loved to hear more records. Like of that.
Historically speaking, the Clips always made short albums, and this is half of.
Well, nah, because
Hell Hath No Fury was like
it was 10 or 11,
9 or 10 songs.
But the Lord Willing was long.
But what's the name was short too. To the Casket Drops was short too.
Yeah, that was short.
So it's like they already know how to create succinct, dope projects, and you've cut it back from even that.
Like I really do wish Daytona had like another 5-6 songs on it. I would have loved that. Yeah. And same with Nasir. Like I said it last week. Like as soon as Nasir starts heating up, it's over. And that's kind of how I feel about Daytona. It's like Santeria and then Meek. What would Meek do? And then when Infrared come on, you like this really the last song in this album. And it's like, that's just not like, I guess I'm a music person. So it's like, I'm not none of these other motherfuckers where the attention spans is awful and I got ADD and all this extra shit and I was on Ritalin. So I can focus.
I want to hear what the fuck you got to say.
I want to hear a succinct, good ass album. Yeah. So it's like, I look at Scorpion and it's just like, yo, it's so much shit on here I can play whenever, whatever the fuck mood I got going on, I can play some shit. The other night I got off work and I just wanted to hear Jaded. I played that shit loud. Like that's a good ass fucking song. Then I was going to work the other day, I played nonstop, blasting it. It's a good fucking song. Yeah. But it's like these albums, they're so short and the people really aren't connecting to the shit because there's no reason for Nas to be the 175th album in the country.
Yeah, I think Kanye and Cudi are off the chart.
They're off. Pusha T's at 166. Well, this was last week, so I don't know what they are this week. Yeah. But Pusha was 166, Kanye was 175, and Cudi and Kanye wasn't even on the chart. Kanye shit was holding at number 20. But I'm looking at the chart, and it's just like, there's no reason for some of these albums to be up in front of these when these shits just dropped.
Right.
And I'm like, I honestly just think people just wasn't fucking with that 7-song shit. You look, Tiana Taylor didn't even sniff the goddamn chart. And it's just like Kanye did because he Kanye.
Did her a major disservice.
Like you Kanye, so it's like you got that, you know what I'm saying, from the people. But I don't understand why they did it. I don't like it. I wish there were more songs coming. I wish they would just be like, yo, we doing another 7-song set from everybody, and
or a compilation or something.
It's just ridiculous. Like, but when you look at the chart and you see the domination is he's having right now with Scorpion. Take Care is the number 70 album in the country. More Life is 91. I think Nothing Was the Same was 90. No. More Life was 51. Take Care was 70. Nothing Was the Same was 91. And If You're Reading This was 97. I'm like, how the fuck do this nigga got 5 albums in the top 100 and have the number 1 with all this shit peppered all across the Hot 100? It's just like the fatigue's just not setting in.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not. Take Care has been on the chart for 281 weeks. That's 5.5 years, Chief. That's a long fucking time, yo.
Kanye really botched this.
He fucked it up so bad.
Yeah, for what it was supposed to be and what it could have been, And
the thing is, they were working to the buzzer on every project.
That's what happened with the Nas shit, yeah.
They was working to the buzzer. They just fucked Tiana shit up altogether. Like, it's not the album that she did. It's not the samples that she asked for. It's not none of that. And Nas lost a fucking day waiting on fucking Kanye with that dumb shit. Kanye lost like 8 hours tweaking shit, changing stuff around. The only one that came out as was 2 of them came out as they were supposed to, Daytona and then the Kanye and Cudi album.
And Daytona is so, like, them songs are so good.
They're so good, but they were good without Kanye.
Yeah, the album
Kanye enriched the production, but those songs existed without Kanye. He said he had 20 some odd songs done, and then Kanye was like, I can make these better. So that means he already had the songs, had the files, and then Kanye went back, adjusted the production, changed this verse, changed this, blah, blah, blah. But he already had the meat and potatoes of the album.
My man at work, he listens to the show. He was like, so you really don't fuck with Daytona? I'm like, you don't listen to the show, yo. Because I clearly say in English all the time, Daytona is really, I ain't gonna say it's excellent. It's really good. I like that shit a lot. I literally was listening to it yesterday. I like Daytona.
Yeah.
I have things that I wish were different. Look, there's things I wish was different on Scorpion. I have things I wish that were different about the album. And he was like what? I'm like, I wish it was longer than 7 songs. I'm like, I'm sorry, you just can't make me say that a 7-song album, that's 2 songs longer than a fucking like a what they used to call them, Jones, a single,
maxi single.
Yeah, maxi single. It's like you can't get me to say that a 7-song album is like greatness and shit. He like, but Thriller is only 9 songs. I'm like, did you just compare Thriller
to Daytona?
Because Thriller got 6 number 1s on it. Like, you're not doing that, right?
6 life-changing records.
6 records that motherfuckers would give their left arm to have.
Yeah.
Every person outside of maybe Usher, if you gave them Beat It, that'd be the biggest song of their life. And I say only Usher because Usher has fucking Yeah,
right,
which was that big of a fucking smash.
Thriller caused the like commercial revolution of American music.
Dog, Thriller got black people on BET, like
and MTV.
cool out.
Yeah, it got black people on television.
I mean on MTV, BET. The fuck am I talking about?
It created an industry for black artists.
That's a good question I wanted to ask you because me and E-Mac, shout out Ellery, we was talking about this the other day. Ellery said, what R&B album do you have at number 2 behind Confessions? So I said, I think TP2.com is better than Confessions.
It is better than Confessions.
And that sparked a little bit of back and forth on Twitter, like before people, what do you think is the best R&B album? I said it's TP2.com.
All right, so obviously Michael Jackson's the king of pop, so he's
Mike's in his own planet.
My favorite 3 are TP2.com, Donnell Jones album.
Oh, so you just freaking.
Donnell Jones album is a classic.
It's very good.
And then Confessions. And
now, see, what I said the other day was I was actually going to put it on Instagram to see what people thought. I was going to say, what's the best R&B album? Confessions, TP2.com, or Don't Be Cruel. Because I feel like Don't Be Cruel never gets the respect it deserves.
Because it's a pop album. It's not really like
it had 2 pop cuts on there.
it had 2 of the
Ronnie is
Ronnie's an R&B record.
That's R&B.
Ronnie is it sets the table for R. Kelly.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's enough R&B on that album. It impacted. It did what the fuck Bobby and Tim Ford
It
did.
made Bobby Bobby.
It made Bobby.
Yeah.
But it's just not the crux. What you remember from that album is not R&B.
I give you that
music
because the prerogative joint was
It's a pop record.
I give you that.
You could have gave it to the who was New Kids on the Block, and it would have did the same shit.
Yeah, I give you that.
So and then that first Music Soul Child album.
I Just Want to Sing, that was real good.
Shit. Merry Go Round.
But that was the initial argument. TP2.com or Confessions?
TP2.com is better than Confessions.
People.
Confessions got some spots in there where I'm like, yeah, I know it sold 27 million, but it's like there's some spots in there that's like, I don't know, like fuck this shit. I don't never want to hear Yeah again in life.
It's like the most overplayed song ever.
Hey, it's a good song. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a good ass song. Y'all fucking is the shit. Yeah, is all.
It's a huge mammoth record. I just never want to hear
me
it
personally,
again.
I Little John is like my second favorite producer ever. So Little John's bass lines are just phenomenal.
So
like
you love 2 notes in a song.
Dog, when he and I'm like, yeah, what the hell am I supposed to? Let's bring the beat back. Little John fucked that up. Dog. That was the shit. You can hate all you want.
That's
yeah, it was the shit. But I feel like Yeah was like a pop record. Like it just went somewhere else. Like when you listen to the R&B from that album, like You Driving Me Crazy. What was that, John? I can't even think of the name of it right now, and he's not fucking listening.
No, I'm trying to pull up what songs are on TP2.com.
Oh, I'm not talking about TP2. I'm talking about Confessions.
No.
TP2, when a woman's fed up, I don't mean it. Like, I wish, it's not even close. TP2.com was out of this fucking world. Like, I wish alone is better than like 70% of the shit you hear sung probably ever.
Hell yeah.
Like, how long is it taking you to pull TP2 up?
No, it's up. All right, so it's a 77-minute album. You got I Wish, The Storm Is Over Now, Fiesta's on that album, Feeling on Your Booty, A Woman's
Feeling on
Threat,
Your Booty is on there.
and A Woman's Threat. Those were the singles.
A Woman's Threat was, yeah.
And then
My joint was I Don't Mean It. That was my shit.
Then Fiesta Remix that wasn't on the album that got, I guess it's on the amended version.
It's on the joint with the added tracks later on. Because what's it called is on it too. I Wish Remix. The joint with Boo and Gotti.
Yeah. Yeah, I Don't Mean It. Like a Real Freak. Don't You Say No, The Storm Is Over Now, Feeling on Your Booty, One Me, All I Really Want, I Decided, I Wish. What else is on here? Yeah, I mean, R&B Thug is on that album. Yeah, no, I don't think Confessions is better than that. I could be wrong, though.
I respect what Confessions did. And, you know, Burn was crazy. Confessions was a fucking lightning rod that hit. Yeah, was out of this fucking world. I think he had huge smashes on that album as opposed to
it being like an amazing body of work.
Like, no, I'm talking about as opposed to like just TP2.com.
Yeah, Burn, Confessions Part 2, My Boo, Caught Up. I don't know, man. Confessions might be better.
I hated My Boo, though. I hated that song. It grew on me years later, but at first I didn't like that song at all.
Superstars on that album.
My shit from Confessions was the dun dun, the What Y'all Know About Her. What was that called?
Superstar.
No, it wasn't Superstar, was it?
No, Superstar was a slow jam.
Bad Girl. That was the shit. But yeah, I honestly think though TP2.com was it R&B. Like you can't have R&B without the R. You know what I'm saying? Like you just it's impossible. Like I don't know. But that we was going back and forth about that the other day on Twitter, and I just wanted to know where you was at with that.
That's what it's made for. Is on Confessions.
No, is it? Yeah, you're right. That's what it's made for. Is on there.
Can You Handle It? Is on Confessions. Shit, I don't know, man.
The joint I was talking about, I think, was Throwback. That joint with Kiss.
Oh yeah, Throwback.
Yeah.
Throwback is on Confessions. That's the third song.
It's a great album. Man. It's
great
not like
fucking album.
It's not like I'm saying TP2.com or
It's it ain't. If either way, it's not a wash.
no, hell no. It's not.
close.
Nothing's a wash.
It's close.
Like when you talk best rap albums ever or best rappers ever, when you be like, I got Nas over Jay. What the fuck? You don't fuck with Hov? It's like I didn't say washing Jay.
Yeah, it's close.
It's preference one.
Yeah, it's a game of inches.
That's really what the fuck it be. And it's like when you start talking about the best this or the best that, like when you say the best team ever, and you know, I say all the time, I think the Bad Boy Pistons and the 01 Lakers was just out of this world on their joints, and motherfuckers be like, what, you think the 01 Lakers could beat and I'd be like, I didn't say that. I didn't say they was smoking you asked me, so I told you.
I think they're smoking, but that's a whole nother show.
But yeah, it's just like when we started talking about it and it was like, yo, what's better? What you guys the number 2 album behind Confessions and R&B? And I'm like, I kind of got TP2.com in front of Confessions.
Yeah.
And he like, I can respect it, but Confessions was just, I'm like, man, listen, I remember the first time my mom played the Woman's Threat.
Yeah.
Like, this is wanted. Like, that shit was like, oh my God, this boy was fucking amazing at R&B. And he out of his fucking mind now, clearly. Did you see the 20-minute song?
Of course I seen it. I tried to listen to it. I got probably about 90 seconds in. I said, I can't.
I got actually about 4 minutes in. I just like, yeah, Kels is nuts. I'm listening to the rest of this shit. Kels is fucking crazy.
That song is what happens when you don't have nobody in your life to keep it real with you for 30 years.
But honestly, though, I'm not mad at that song, and I'm not mad at Kels going crazy, because we had to talk about this the other day. When you go crazy, that's how I know you really are the best, and you a legend. Because history proves that the legends go fucking nuts. Yeah. Like Kurt Cobain is really who the fuck we thought Kurt Cobain was when Nirvana first hit, because you know
he went through with that shit.
He, like, real talk. Like Robin Williams was really a genius. Prince was really a genius. Mike was really a genius. And R. Kells, hate him or love him, he is a musical genius.
Yeah, and like most geniuses, he's flawed as fuck.
He's out of his fucking mind. It's just the way it go. Like Albert Einstein was like kind of fucking retarded. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it goes. It's like, for you to be, it's the truth. For you to be a creative, you have to. You ever seen Eddie Griffin, Dysfunctional Family?
Yeah.
Remember when he was like, people don't respect the inventors and the people who create, but they were nuts. They were on drugs. They were out of their fucking minds. He's like, who created the telephone? And they was like, Alexander Graham Bell. He was a cokehead. He had to be. Do you know how fucking high you gotta be to come up with the telephone? He's like, I wish I could talk to somebody in here. Like, he was like, you literally gotta be out of your mind to be a creative. And that's really what it is. So when you see shit like that, it's like seeing Kels like completely lose it. It's like, Kel's really the best at R&B, yo. like we tripping with this.
I knew we'd see you here one day.
Yeah, we tripping with this because Usher's still relatively normal.
Yeah,
you know, he had the whole fake herpes bullshit with the Big John, but that was kind of bullshit. But like outside of the shit with his BM and all of that, he pretty normal.
Yeah,
and that's where it's just like, yeah, see, niggas was writing for Usher and everything. Like, he wasn't coming up with that
really
shit.
crazy.
He wasn't nuts. But to be a great creative, you kind of got to be out of your mind. So to see Kels doing that is like, did you see the joint with him, like going at it with the boy in the barbershop?
No.
They're like singing. It's like a barber and him. Did you see it? I'll show it to you. They're singing. What's the joint when they killed Malcolm X on Malcolm X? The Sam Cooke song. I Was Born by the River.
Oh, Change Gonna Come.
Change Gonna Come. It's Kels and the bull, and they're singing, like battling, going back and forth. And the bull, he a barber. He's singing, and it's funny because Kels literally is smoking a cigar, and you can't fuck with him. You know, I'll show it to you. You cannot fuck with him, and it's just like, that nigga, he just gifted.
Yeah.
Like, hate him or love him.
He wakes up and piss greatness.
He a great motherfucker when it comes to that shit.
Besides the Ron Isley albums.
The first one was good.
The first one was good.
With Contagious and shit, that was good.
Cut the deck with the rest of them.
Yeah, the rest of them Jones you can put in the blender.
Yeah.
But the first Jones was good. Made in America is back in Philly now.
It was off. It was on. Then it was off. Now it's back on.
They realized they was talking to Bleak, and they said, "All right, we gotta get this invite with some credentials."
Like, Jay actually mad and shit. Hold on, wait a second.
Yeah, but I guess that's good. I mean,
you got to look at it like this.
good for the city.
The whole argument with the city was the tourism revenue is up, so they felt like, well, maybe we don't need to inconvenience our citizens by having this 2.5 day festival on the Parkway where it changes people's travel routes and this, that, and the third. But the reality of it is the tourism is up largely in part of this festival.
Yeah.
Because people come here, people are directed here one time a year, Labor Day weekend. They have the time of their fucking life. They see all their favorite fucking artists. They fucking go eat the fucking best food in the world, because that we do have. They gotta eat the fucking best food.
I say it's a mixture between Made in America, the process. Like Philly sports is lit like shit, right? You figure,
and then the Eagles.
The Phillies are in first place. The Eagles just won a Super Bowl. Did you see the shit with the Dodgers this fucking weekend?
Yeah.
The 16 inning, like the Phillies is lit right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, like as far as like sports, Philly's got it going on. So it's like, that Made in America
is like
fucking Liberty Bell.
And at the end of the day, it's hard for anybody to walk away from 100 M's. Yeah. Like, this fucking concert brings 100 M's to the bottom line of the city's fucking revenue, and you can't just like arbitrarily dismiss that, at least without having a conversation or a meeting. You don't cancel 100 million with a fucking press release.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, true. So I'm happy it's back on. People seem like they was pissed about it.
I mean, all it was going to do is just further cement how trash the city is if they would have let fucking Made in America walk away. You have a signature event that wants to be here, and you like, oh, no, later. Like, nah, get the fuck out of here. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So I ain't really got much on it.
It's like the equivalent of like you, like as a guy, like, you ain't really got shit going on in your life. You make $30,000 a year. You drive a bullshit car, but you got this super bad bitch that's just in love with you, and you like, man, I can really do without you. Like, you really just trying to find a way to like get rid of her. And she's like, no, what's the problem? Like, I want to work it out. It's like, nah, you just not my type of chick. Like, I can't really fuck with you. It's just like, yo, she wants to be with you. Just accept sometimes you got to just accept your blessings and just not fuck it up for yourself.
But moving on into the gangster gauntlet realm.
The gangster gauntlet continues.
If any of y'all have ever watched American Gladiators, they would run the gauntlet at the end, and the gauntlet would be a series of like obstacles where they'd have to like run up a fucking escalator that was going backwards. They'd have to fucking pedal with their hands,
shoot 95 Nerf arrows at you.
Go across monkey bars, and they'd have to swing on ropes down, rappel across this fucking rock. But they'd get down to the end, and they would run down these fucking lanes through plastic walls. And if they run through the plastic wall and it's nothing there, you just got an easy breezy joint to the finish line. Sometimes you run through the plastic and you run into a gladiator and he knocks you clean on your ass. And that's pretty much what happened to Tekashi over this last couple days. He's been running the gangster gauntlet successfully for the last 4 or 5 months straight, maybe. And he ran into a situation the other day. Before that, I really like that song he got with Nicki Minaj.
Oh, the Fifi song.
The Fifi joint. That shit is all that. And that shit is like, they said it's going to debut in the top 10 on the Hot 100. So I'm happy for him.
Number 1 on iTunes, number 1 on YouTube, number 1 on
Spotify. I think it was number 3.
Number 2 or 3 on Spotify, and like number 3 on Tidal or something.
I was very so for Nicki, this ain't nothing. She do this all the time. But for Tekashi, where he was having his little 8 out of 8 successful run on Billboard, to see him now crack the top 10 is like, yo, that's fly as shit. Like, I'm
especially
happy
as an independent artist.
Yeah, I'm happy. Him and Treyway, like, I'm happy for them with that shit. But yeah, still, hold on, he got shit smacked out of him. Got his jigsaw piece snatched the other night. And like we always say, it'll end up in the back of a station wagon in a video. Sure enough, you know what I'm saying?
So it turns out the guy that put the video up was capping, and he didn't. Oh yeah, yeah. He's not the one that did it.
I kind of figured that.
Tekashi knows who did it. He said his friends set him up basically, but he's not cooperating with police because I guess there's going to be street justice levied for this or what have you. But I saw a video. He did an interview with This Is 50 the other day with Punch from This Is 50, and they was just outside like on a block talking. Whatever. It was like 30 something minutes, and he had some like little bullshit jury on. I guess whatever he had, whatever they didn't get that he had left, and you know, he just seemed to be in a different space. Like that type of shit will humble you. Like getting kidnapped and having the shit kicked out of you. And from the looks of things, they was going to murder that boy because they said that they saw him somewhere, grabbed him, took him to the spot.
They said they hit his car. Is that was
He
that?
hit his car, following him, hit his car. For those of you that ever in this, that's a trick. Like if you out 3 a.m. and it's no cars out and you just randomly get your car hit, that's a trick. Keep going.
Yeah.
So they hit his car. Boom. They go to get out, see what's going on with the car. Guns ablaze, masked up, grab him, take us to the crib. So number one, the first mistake he made was taking him to the crib. You never take nobody to the crib, especially not if your kid's mother and your kid is there. You just got to do what you got to do. Motherfucker gonna have to show game. They gonna have to kill you in a situation like that because you ultimately can cause more harm than good by doing that. So it's like I know his thought process might have been like, yo, let me just give them what they want. But it's like, all right, what if they decide, fuck everybody in the house, we gonna murder everybody. Now you just got your kid and your baby mom killed for no reason. So they take him to the crib. He'll call somebody, made him bring the jury down, whatever. Get back in the car, and I guess they was got to take him somewhere to finish him. And somehow, some way, he got away in the midst of all of this shit. It's like a cartoon.
I don't believe it. It's like. Were these children? Like, who the fuck is Tekashi fighting off? You know what I'm saying?
Well, he said he didn't fight nobody. He ran.
How?
World's dumbest kidnappers.
Yeah, like again, there's some Scooby Doo shit.
I personally think it's an insurance job. It's an elaborate insurance job. Because if you have a M worth of jewelry, that's a nice payday. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if you have a M sitting. $1 million is a nice payday.
Yeah.
Look like an insurance job to me.
Something about it just seems a little fishy.
And I'm sure he's about to pop up with all new jewelry as soon as that check clear.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Day in the life of Tekashi.
Yeah, day in the life, boy.
and then he just got picked up for the Nicki and Future tour.
Yeah.
He's one of 3 opening acts, so I'm guessing that the Live Nation ban has been lifted. He's allowed
allowed to move how he wants.
Do Live Nation venues again. But he just did a European tour, Bratislava and Russia.
Oh, yeah, he was all over there. Yeah.
And he sold out every day. So I'm guessing that they finally see the value in it. They're gonna deal with him again. Either that or that tour might be AEG.
For as much coverage as we had on the Gangster Gauntlet, it's like when it finally did go down, it just was like it was unfulfilling.
Yeah,
you know, it was just like
it wasn't enough.
Yeah, like and that's what makes me think it's not really like some shit. Like this is either them playing or, like you said, an insurance joint, because it's like it's just not enough.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you know, when you cashing in $1 million worth of jury on an insurance job, you kind of gotta make it elaborate, because they gonna scrutinize the shit out of that joint. They want to see surveillance footage and this and that, and who'd you talk to, and they want to know all that shit.
Yeah,
they want to know all that shit for anything above 10 grand. So for $1 million, they definitely gonna be all in your shit. So
yeah,
good luck. Good luck on your payout.
Yeah, I had when my truck got broken into. You can use your homeowner's insurance too. Yeah, I got my money, but you know.
Did they hit you with did they assign a special investigator to you? Yeah, they did that shit to me before.
I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm telling you, I wear fur coats. Like, what the fuck? Like, it be cold as shit. I'm telling you.
I know it's July.
Yo.
Fuck, I'm anemic.
Yeah.
Fuck is wrong with you?
Do you care about the Demi Lovato situation at all?
A little bit.
Okay.
I mean, apparently she, found unresponsive in the spot. OD, they had to give her Narcan. Anytime a motherfucker give you Narcan, you already know what that is. That's straight dope. Yeah. Like heroin overdose. So, going too hard, man.
Yeah.
Take a little less next time. Somebody might have gave her a hot shot.
Heroin, like, I don't understand how it gets to that point.
Because the other shit not getting you high no more.
Yeah, but did you hear me? It's like, how you get to that point? It's like,
I just sniffed all the coke I can sniff. I'm tired of my nose bleeding. I'm embarrassing myself. Beam me up, Scotty. That's how simple. It's not as hard as you would think.
Shut the fuck up.
Hit me. What the fuck?
Did you see this motherfucker face? No, man, I'm saying, like, you're talking about the physical attributes of it. I'm talking about the mental of the whole shit.
Yeah, not the answer you want.
Yeah, like, it's just how, like, you've seen what dope do. Or maybe you haven't.
Maybe you haven't, and that's the whole thing. What if this is our first try?
You got to take a ride with me on the 60. This for all y'all. Like, you want to go, like, go through Kensington and act, I mean, like, see.
Listen, I was going.
When the last time you went through Kensington?
I was going to Kensington every day for 3 years, my nigga. I know what Kensington is like.
Were you on?
No.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
No, my girl was working.
I
My
know,
girl was
I'm fucking
yeah.
with you.
No, I was working in. I was over there every day. That
Dog.
shit is the dawn of the dead.
You know I do the 60 on the weekends now.
Yeah.
I'm coming up through the John. I pull up at the bus stop. Dog, I tell you, motherfuckers was killed over. One motherfucker was laying on the curb and his head was in the street. I'm like, where are the street sweepers? Like, where are the people to clean this shit up? Motherfucker, like, this the curb. My man was laying on the curb with his head in the street. Just on that shit.
It's that good dope.
Motherfuckers out there with beds. The dog was laid out. I'm like, the dog on heroin. The people at the bus was cracking up. I'm like, the dog on heroin out here. Like, this shit is bonkers. So it's like, you see what heroin, like, and that was always my thing. Like, yeah, I like weed, you know, like, we like to smoke weed, drink and shit, you know. But even when it came to, like, being I liked to drink when I was young. I don't really drink that heavy anymore, but, like, we like to drink. But, like, when I would see like an alcoholic, like
I grew up around alcoholics. Like my brother, me and my brother got different vibes, but like his uncles and shit, straight drunks, like losers, like 48 years old, living in a mom back room, driving her up a motherfucking wall, getting arrested for public intoxication, smelling like beer 24/7, like that. So that just automatically just kept me off of it.
Nigga came running out the beer joint the other day on the 60, and I'm like, cuz you can't have an open beer on here. He like, what? I ain't never heard that. I'm like, yeah, you anywhere in America really. I'm like, you can't have an open.
Heard that's called an open container
like,
law.
you can't have open alcohol. So he was like, what that? I'm like, wait for the next bus. So, you know, he's like,
Finish that jump.
He put his foot up on the steps and I ain't waiting for shit. And I mean, bung that shit. I'm talking about 24 rounds.
Because wherever you going is so important.
Right.
You just can't wait.
Sit your ass here at this
You
bus
drinking
stop.
a malt liquor at 3 in the afternoon, and wherever you going is so fucking important.
Colt 45. I'm like, you on some straight Billy D shit out here tonight. like, yo. Like, but yeah, I would watch people just overindulge in certain shit, and it just kind of scared me to where, like, yeah, I want to drink, but I don't want to be an alcoholic. I want to smoke weed, but I don't want to be a drug addict.
Yeah, I don't want to be Wiz Khalifa.
Even that, like, but the thing is, Wiz ain't on hardcore drugs.
Yeah.
Like, Wiz got enough sense to grow his own strain and become a fucking ganjapreneur and start making more millions off of that shit. He not a drug addict where he getting kicked out of the Beverly Hills Hotel and they got, like, you wildin' when you get to that point. Like, wildin'. So it's just like, for me, I more so be on the tip, like, damn, like, how do it get there to where it's just you're on dope?
Dope is another level.
Because you, like...
It's the final level, actually.
How are you with needles?
I don't fuck with needles.
And that's, dog, when they had to take my blood and all that shit for the surgery, that, like, and, you know, being, like, fat and shit, they can't even get, like, they be... And I'll be like, stop. Please, like, stop. That shit is driving me up the fucking wall. And they had to give me an IV right here.
Oh, near your
but
wrist.
then that shit was fucking up. Then they had to go straight. I forgot what it's called. What's it called, Taylor, when they go straight into your wrist?
Intravenous?
I forgot. Nah, that wasn't it. But they had to give me my IV like directly in my wrist, and that shit hurts. So when they give you your, they had me on morphine and some other shit. When they give you the it like burns. Yeah. Like your whole arm starts burning.
When I had that fucking bacteria infection in my leg, they had to do that shit. And the medicine would, like, you can feel it going in.
It's like when that what's the Thanos shit when you start disappearing. Like, that's how that shit feel. It's like you can feel the medicine ripping through your body. And I'll be like, I don't ever want to fuck with like, I can't myself just go and pull my needle out and go into that. The thought of that just seems insane to me.
Unless the world's like coming to an end, don't do heroin.
Yeah,
Like if this world's gonna explode or there's a meteor coming for us, just don't reach for that.
Even like fucking Percocets and shit. Like I tried Percocets.
That's another one,
That
dog.
shit made me feel vile. Like I felt violated. Like taking the shit. Like I just felt so horrible. And just like once my man was like a perk fucking professional. He was like addicted to perks for 3 years. He told me, no, what you got to do is the trick is you got to fight the urge to go to sleep. Then your high kicking. I'm like, what, nigga? No, that's too much. You sitting here nodding off like a fucking dope fiend. You gotta fight it. You gotta drink a Red Bull to stay up so that your high can kick in. Like, absolutely not.
I told you, I walked in the Poppy store and niggas was laying on the floor. I thought I thought they was getting robbed. And I started to back out. And Poppy was like, Bob, what are you doing, Pop? Come on. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? He was like, man, your dumbass dropped the fucking perks, man. Like, and I'm like, oh, they looking for perks? Okay. It was like 4 or 5 niggas just laid out on the floor. They was all looking for, he dropped a handful of perks. And then fucking, I'm just like, that shit is crazy. And the thing to me is like, I took a perk 5 when I had to shit with my teeth. I was throwing up because they was like, it's too much Tylenol or something.
Yeah.
That's what the people was telling me on your stomach. So I was throwing up. I never had a desire to take like a 10 or a 30 or...
Yeah, I took a fucking banana. I got so sick to my stomach, dog. I literally threw up for 7 hours straight. Like, I couldn't move.
There was a chick on the bus the other day, ratchet as hell, weave all over the place, big ass piercing right here. The bitch had on like a bikini top. She had on like a bikini top with like a see-through shirt, like one of them sheer shirts. And she had on like shorts, but the shorts was open and these dirty ass flip flops. And she was on the phone like, yeah, fuck out. Like these bitches be thinking they on my level. Like fuck out of here. And she got off the bus. And I'm like talking about bitches on her level. She on perk 50s. And the bull behind me started cracking the fuck up. I was like, I don't even know if they make perk 50s, but I'm sure she on 50s.
I'm sure she's graduated.
Yeah, and the shit is wild though. Just seeing how natural it's like. The chick the other day got off. She was on the phone getting on the bus. Like, yeah, bro, what's good with you? Yo, I'm happy you home. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm on Allegheny now. I'm getting off at G Street. I'm about to find some loud and some perks. So I hit your phone when I'm on my way back up. And I'm like, she had a nice looking young chick. She probably 18, 19. I'm just like, damn.
It's already over.
Like you on G in Allegheny looking for death and destruction. Like that shit. Wow.
And advertising it at that.
Like here we are in search of strippers and cocaine in the desert. Like yeah, she was really like on the phone loud. Like I'm about to get off at G Street. I'm about to try to find some loud or some perks. So I hit your phone, and I'm like, the fact that you like young guys, whatever, doing it, it's like that's one thing. But to see young girls like out in the world, like
they've
you
adopted
ain't even
all the bad habits of the men.
Like you ain't even like you calling Taylor or you calling you like you on G and Allegheny in search of perks.
Yeah. You don't even have a perk guy.
You don't even got a perk guy.
Who out here with perks? Who around G and A with the loud and the P's?
I'd feel like Rebanga on G and Allegheny. If I ever if the bus break down, I'm not getting off. Come get this Joan. I'm on here.
Yeah, not a chance.
I'm not walking around this neighborhood. It's crazy. So that was my joint with Demi Lovato. Was like, damn, like to struggle with dope addiction seems insane to me. And I know we all have different things. We all have different vices. We all have different, we have different lives. We have things we go through, things that other people don't go through. I get that.
I definitely ain't have her for a dope fiend, though.
I mean, they said she's been talking about it in her music. She has a song called Sober that's like real huge. It went back into the top 10 this week.
Damn.
As they said she did like a year in a
rehab?
Nah, it was called like a safe house, like a.
Oh shit!
It's essentially rehab, but it wasn't like a rehab facility. It's like it's like being on Real World. Like not like 6 strangers pick to live in a motherfucking house. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about their drug addiction.
Have they motherfucking lives taped. You know what I'm saying? It was one of them type deals. But she lived there for like a year when she was recovering the last time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I never knew. I just knew she was
I just like her pictures.
She just a Nubian white queen that looked good. Like I didn't know she was like A fiend.
Yeah, I ain't know that I could throw her a bag.
I seen people on Twitter like, y'all grinded Lamar Odom up. Now y'all want to have sympathy for Demi Lovato. I'm like, y'all ridiculous. I'm like, y'all just crazy.
You know, people make everything a competition and a comparison.
Yeah, like I didn't understand that, but yeah, you know, hope she gets drug addiction is fucked up.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's never gonna stop because the drugs are never gonna stop because you know too much shit is funded from it. So it's like, you know, you just gotta teach your peoples. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta scare the shit out of them. Make sure they don't want to. Like my thing is honestly, it's like, you know, like you progress. Like niggas who be robbing little stores become burglars that kick in doors.
Right.
And niggas who do that eventually commit murder. Like, you know, progression. Or in the working industry, like us with podcasting, progression. I understand it. But it's like progression is different than regression. Like when you're literally regressing to where you go from weed to shrooms or shrooms to coke or coke to perks or perks to it's just like, how do you get to where you needling yourself? Like you tying your arm off.
Yeah, how you don't look at yourself and be like, I'm fucking drawn.
You ever watch Dope Sick Love? That was one of the craziest documentaries ever, yo. And it's like, they literally got to the point where the boy was shooting up in his foot because like the veins in his arms was destroyed. And it's like, dog.
At what point do we call it a wrap?
Like if I try to make lasagna and fuck it up 2-3 times, I'm done with this shit.
I'm gonna just make regular spaghetti.
I'm gonna just go buy me a motherfucking lasagna. Like I'm tripping right now. But it's crazy, like watching that shit, you see just how somebody posted a video yesterday where the fiends was all running down the block like for testers and shit like that. Somebody was out there on
Black
like,
posted that shit.
Yeah, like that shit is crazy. It's just like that shit really take over people's lives. But you see how creative they become. That Dope Sick Love John, the chick would wait outside of Kmart and wait for people to throw their receipts on the ground. Then she'd pick the receipt up, go in the store, and get the item, and then take it to customer service. And she was doing that shit left and right. And it's just like, y'all creative as shit for dope.
Why not employ this into something positive?
Something.
Tied to that needle, man.
That shit is scary, man. I don't want to be a drug addict. That was a fear I always had in my life.
I barely even drink anymore. I just don't like
I can't drink anymore.
I don't like the idea of feeling like inebriated and out of control.
That's my biggest thing. I hate not being. I'm such a control freak that I hate not being. People's get on me sometimes because I'm a bit too much of a control freak, but I hate not being in control. Like, I remember when I got arrested, I was in a cop car, and I was like, where are we going? They was like, the 21st in Hamilton. I straight asked the cop, why are you turning here? Go up to 13th and go down Bond Street. He was like, yo, shut the fuck up.
Shut up, perp.
Because I'm like, you're going out of the way. We could get
There's a lot quicker way to do this shit.
Yeah, I straight told the cop like a faster route to go to the police station. But that's me. That's how I am. So it's like, for me to not be in control, that I'm cool on that. And I said it other day, I don't think I'll ever be drunk because now I can't drink.
Right.
Like I can't drink for a year. And it's like, if I'm going to be that removed from it.
Just chalk it.
Jules was telling me about going overseas. He was like, say if you go to Afghanistan or Kuwait, they dry countries. And I'm like, the fuck is that? He was like, liquor's not
banned.
sold. It's banned. But he was like, you pay what you weigh. You can definitely, get some on the... I'm like, dog, I don't drink. And I really don't need to be meeting up with ISIS for Ciroc. Like, I don't need that in my life.
Hilarious.
Yeah. But about to get out of here. I gotta go home. I'm updating my resume.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's getting lit. So, realizing how terrible my life has been. Like, you start going back.
Is this important?
Like,
can I leave this shit out?
Like, do I really need to put that month I actually went to school and then quit? Like, I don't need to put that shit.
I'm gonna omit that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm doing right now. So, I'm chilling, man.
Yeah,
Other than that.
for me, first weekend in 3 weeks that I'm not out of the city, so I'll be home all weekend. We got some events at Vanity. We got Shiggy Show on Saturday, and we got the official On the Run tour after party on Monday, hosted by Rel Carter and music by DJ Young Guru, Jay-Z official tour DJ. You can go on vanitygrandphilly.com, get more information about all of them events. But like I said, I will be in literally the same place all weekend.
Yeah.
Be blessed.
We out.